Hey, yes, I am back for more absurdity and stupidity, I guess. I don't fucking know. Put on this hat for today because my team won. Yeah, my Bengals won today. Trying to make sure it looks relatively straight. I don't know how to put hats on anymore, I guess. But, yeah. So, how is everybody doing on this late Sunday night? As I did a Twitch stream not too long ago. I don't know. I've just not been getting that many people coming over to my Twitch stream, so I'm thinking about retiring from Twitch. But at the same time, it seems to go through phases with people, I guess, on my Twitch channel. It's like there'll be a lot of people there one time, and then nobody another. I think what I need to do is try and find some new people to play games with and see if that will help me out somewhat. Oh yeah, and by the way, I got a fan over on my windowsill because it got really freaking toasty in here today, and I needed some air in here. So yeah, needless to fucking say. But eventually, some people will be showing up and will be chatting up and talking shop and all that good shit. As I have got to find like new replacement foam pads for my headphones because these just keep wanting to come off. And it's fucking buggersome. Absolute buggersome. But I figured I might do more of these YouTube hangouts this coming week because, well, I pretty much everything YouTube ready to go for the week. I'm just hoping and praying that I can get my reviews of the new Suffocation and Carnation albums made in time before I leave this coming Saturday morning to go on vacation down south to Alabama, because that's going to be a long drive and I'm probably going to end up waking up at like 5, 6 in the morning and I am going to be absolutely exhausted for this long ass fucking drive. So, yeah. Actually, why don't I get an estimated distance between here and where I'm going? Yeah, gonna be about uh, 13, 14 hours of driving, and it's going to be hell. Makes me wish that we could find somewhere in the halfway point to stay for the night, so that way we can get sleep and then drive the rest of the way down. But we apparently like to get it all done in one shot. So, yeah. What's up, James? Yeah, he looks healthy. He's looking better now. Let me fix up this hat. There we go. So that way you can see my eyeballs. And looks like we got a random kid. What are you doing here, stowaway?
Damn it, pal.
Okay, Vince.
Am I not, like, lagging behind like we did last night?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, it's probably just on my end then. So, again,
Yeah.
I ended up deleting the stream because I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird. Like your camera, your audio and video was perfect, but it seemed like as I spoke, it was like 6 seconds later.
Yeah.
You would hear what I said.
Oh, well. Again, I plan on getting the PC so that way it doesn't look like total ass.
Or
And not the good kind of ass either.
Are we sure there's even a good kind of ass anymore? It's hard to keep up these days.
Nikita Lyons, just ask Ricky.
And Ricky might be hopping on too, eventually.
Hey.
So too might Nick, and I'm going to see if just Josh and might hop in too. But yeah, I was talking about how I am hoping and praying that I can check out the new Suffocation and Carnation albums before Friday night. So that way I can get those reviews ready and over with to be posted over the weekend while I'm away on vacation.
Oh, wait, they're coming out next weekend?
This coming weekend, yeah, the 20, or no, November 3rd, I think they come out. Gotcha. And because of me being on vacation,
I do recall.
I was going to say, and because I'm going to be on vacation, there won't be a Under the Radar episode this coming, not this week, but next week.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that new Suffocation was coming out in November, but I thought it was going to be happening in the middle of it.
Again,
I think did they drop like a single or something like that?
They have, and I haven't checked it out yet.
I haven't heard it either.
But anyways, to pick up on the conversation we were trying to have, you were expressing some disappointment at me over my pre-ranking, buddy boy.
Okay. I went in with some expectations. I'm like, I'm pretty sure what I know is number one's going to be. I mean, number one's pretty obvious. I'm like, man, you ranked the 70 stuff kind of high. And I mean, don't get me wrong, 70 stuff's really damn good. Sad Wings, Sin After Sin, Stained Class, Hellbent for Letters, Machine. Great albums. And then when you said, British Steel's Device, I'm like, oh, he probably put that in number one. And then you're like, I'm leaning more towards the not a huge fan of it. I'm like, okay, we kind of agree with something. People think I hate British Steel. I really don't. It's a good album, but the problem is it's leaning more towards that poppy sound, and it just didn't really click with me, like, at all. And then when you did Point of Entry, I'm like, oh, he might rank this dead last because you've stated in the past you were not a big fan of it. And you said it's grown on you, and I'm like, yeah, that's the whole thing with Point of Entry. It's more of a grower than a shower. And then the 80s stuff, Turbo and all that stuff. And I've always stated before, Turbo feels like the best album Kiss never made. Therefore, the best Kiss album. And another thing, too, that you actually forgot to state during Turbo when, Rob was going through his drug addiction and his alcoholism, there was a point where he was staying at a boyfriend's house, and lo and behold, his boyfriend blew his brains out, and Rob about did the same thing, too. So it was pretty damn intense. I always have that feeling in the back of my mind, and I'm kind of glad it was not like whatever happened. What would have happened if Rob followed suit? Like, what would happen with Priest afterwards? And I'm glad Rob is still with us. But it's just like, man, it's just so bizarre to think. And another thing, too, Ram It Down and Turbo were actually supposed to be two albums put into one. It was supposed to be called Twin Turbos. Turbo being the more poppy and commercial side of it, while Ram It Down being the more heavier side. But eventually, it got split into two different albums. And what you said about there's a drum machine on it, yeah, there was a drum machine on Ram It Down because Holland, known kitty lover, Tom Holland, or no, Dave Holland. I keep thinking Tom Holland, but I'm thinking of the actor or the director, Dave Holland. Yeah, you're welcome for that. I actually didn't find that out until like years later too. So yeah. Yeah, Dave was with the band, but he didn't play on the album, so yeah, the drum machine's really obvious. It's like, you couldn't at least hide it. But I mean, they upgraded big time with um, Scott
Scott.
Travis from Racer X, and it's like night and day. Like, I mean, say what we will about Dave outside of the band, but inside the band, he was a really damn good drummer. But with Scott, it's just like night and day. And I'm like, okay, Painkillers are number one. I kind of figured. I mean, literally every track on album's pure bliss, in my opinion. And then when you got in the Jugulator, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, Levi, don't disappoint me. And you're ranked at number 10. I'm like, okay, we're cool. We're cool. We're cool. Because that's my second favorite album. I know that's a really weird thing to like comprehend, but Jugular was the first Priest album I ever heard. So I have a really, big attachment towards it. And it helped me not only get into Ripper, but into Priest in its own. And then, Demolition came out, and I'm like, and you even stated that no matter how bad a Priest album is, there's still enjoyable songs. I will highly agree with that. Well, no matter how like bad a Priest album is, it's not like ungodly unlistenable. It's just Demolition. It's just so damn inconsistent. Like it's it's literally trying to like put a square peg in a round hole. That's literally it. Like there's some good songs. Like, and I hate the fact that there's some good songs because it's like I want to like this album, but again, there's just no consistency with it. So you have that going on, and an Angel Retribution. I love that album. I really think that's a really damn good comeback album. I know you really do like Loch Ness. I really do like it. I want to like that song. I really, really, really do. But it feels like it builds to something, but it feels like it goes absolutely nowhere. Like if it was up to me personally, it should have ended on Hellrider because that had like a very epic vibe to it. But yeah, I really love Angel Retribution. I mean, uh, Eulogy, I think, is a really good song. Revolution kind of harkens back to like their 70s era. Like, it really reminds me of like Sad Wings or Sin After Sin in a way.
And also,
Uh,
that riff that's in that song sounds so much like Mountain Song by Jane's Addiction.
Very much so. That dun 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 dun
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
dun.
Yeah, that.
Mm-hmm. And then the very controversial Nostradamus. Again, I've always stated this in the past. If it was up to me personally, I would have done the duology, like a part one and a part two. Like part one be the first half and part two be the second half. That's how I would have done it personally. I get what they were going for. It it it's too ambitious for what it was going for. That's like the main problem I have with it. But I feel like it's a good album. But I feels like it's getting held back by pretty meh production. Again, too bloated, too damn long. There's too many songs. Like I feel like there's good material, but it just
Yes, we are talking about
yes.
Priest.
Not the Jericho song. The Priest is actually good. Ugh. What have I become? It's
Continue.
yeah. And then, oh man, when you put Redeemer near the bottom, I'm like, I love that album. I don't. Okay, yes, production is shit, but guess what? I don't care. I like it. I do. It gives off more of a power metal vibe than what they were doing on Nostradamus. I mean, Halls of Valhalla, Dragonaut, Sword of Damocles, March of the Damned. I'm about to say March with the Dead. What's another one? Battle Cry. Secrets of the Dead's really good. I really like that album. Crossfire, I think, is pretty damn good. Caught in the crossfire. You gotta let go. That's some good stuff. And then, of course, Firepower. That's why I think I ranked that top 5 when I did.
Oh,
Way back in my heydays.
speaking
Again,
of
that's a
firepower,
phenomenon.
speaking of firepower, I think that delay thing's happening again where you're not able to hear what I'm saying till 6 seconds later. But I did get this. Speaking of firepower,
Uh-oh.
so I got one comment. So I've been getting comments steadily on the priest ranking, and I get this one comment with the guy giving his own ranking, but then listen to what he says about firepower and everything post reunion. He says, there has not been a single Priest classic songs created since their reunion. Firepower is very overrated. It wasn't even metal. Sounded like a bunch of shitty WWE songs. Not a great song on it. Post reunion albums have been lazy efforts with a vocalist who can no longer write good songs or even sing good enough to be considered a pro level vocalist, so they are all on the bottom of my list. What?
You do not understand. My comment is the greatest comment in the world. That's kind of how you said it in a way. No, if anything, with him saying the WWE comment, if anything, Lone Wolf should have been Baron Corbin's theme. Do it, you bastards.
Right.
But that's just
too bad that doesn't help me like Baron Corbin more.
I saw his interview with Chris Van Vliet. I mean, dude's a likable guy. He really is.
Yeah, it's just his character is just too damn bland.
Mm-hmm. And if I am getting delayed, I might leave and then come back, or if not, then I'll probably have to do it on my phone, which I really don't feel like doing. But it's life.
They probably have to do it on your phone.
Yeah, I don't know why. What's going on my laptop? I mean, hell, I live streamed. What did I live stream? I live streamed the Rams versus Cowboys, and everything was going fine. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But going back to that one comment earlier about Joe Burrow being healthy, dude, that bye week really helped the Bengals. That really helped Cincy in a way. Like I didn't think they were going to do that good against San Fran because, yeah, San Fran's struggling. They've had a couple ugly losses, but I mean, man, it's starting to go downhill a little bit.
But
that didn't sound too.
But anyways, so I had too much McDonald's for dinner tonight, and that's because I got too fucking hungry. So, but so yes, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I bought some more albums that hopefully will be here before I leave for vacation. I bought the entire discography of Psychostick. Because
they were about to say something else for a hot second.
So Psychostick, in my opinion, the best comedy metal band of all time. And yeah, I went onto their website and they had a whole bundle deal to get MP3s and the physical albums for just $60. And that's 7 CDs and extra stuff. And I'm like, hell yes, cheaper to do it that way than to buy each album individually. So I was like, fuck it. And now probably...
I probably don't know. I don't even know how to describe them.
Comedy metal. With some hardcore in there. But, and again, the way that fucking Nick and John talked about them, the full terror assault, starting off with the world's shortest set, it was like 7 seconds or whatever, then they're like, we'll see you later. The crowd's going, 8 more songs. No. Beat it. Buy a shirt. And then they came back. I want to see that band live at some point. I need to look at their tour dates and see if they got a Columbus or Cincinnati show coming up, because I definitely would love to go and laugh my ass off in the crowd. And maybe even meet the band too, and probably get roasted because they'll probably be in character. Particularly Matty J. Moose, the bassist, because he streams on Twitch too.
Matty J. Moose. I don't know why. I feel like that's somebody I met in college one time. Oh well.
Well then, giddy up.
Big moon knockers.
What?
Okay, for real though, I'm probably gonna join on my phone. So your your delayed reaction was great though.
I'd imagine so. All right, I'll see you in a moment then. And don't die,
All right, see you, man.
you little rascal.
I try not to.
Fucking insanity over here. But anyway, so yeah, Psycho Stick catalog's going to be on the way. Again, I'm hoping it gets here before vacation. Otherwise, I'm going to have to message one of the neighbors to like watch for the mail so it don't get stolen. Because I don't want to lose this fucking package. So, yeah. Yeet! And now he's back.
Yay, I'm back.
And no delay. Yay! But actually, back to the Priest stuff. So Kamikaze Games, I was letting them know that I was doing a Priest ranking because that's one of his favorite bands of all time. He sent me his list.
Oh boy.
So I'm going to name the albums and you guess where he probably ranked them.
Okay.
All right, starting with Rockarola, where do you think he would put it?
I would say number 12.
17.
Ooh, I mean, I'm not a fan of that album by any stretch of the imagination, but damn, second to last. Okay.
Sad Wings of Destiny.
Number 6.
4.
Damn, okay.
Sin After Sin.
Number 7.
Correct.
Yay!
Stained Class.
Number 3.
2.
Ooh, damn. Okay. Dylan? Okay, I see you.
Killing Machine. Or wait, hang on. To do it like Travis Ryan. Killing Machines!
Held up for letter / killing machine. He may rank it somewhere towards the middle. I'll go with the number 10.
6.
Ooh, okay.
British Steel.
I'll go number 11.
3.
Okay, buddy.
Point of Entry.
15.
12.
Oh, okay. Him and I kind of have the same feeling on that album.
Screaming for Vengeance.
I want to say number 1, but I don't think he'll have it there. Number 5.
8.
Oh, that's a little low if you ask me.
Defenders of the Faith.
This will be Ricky's number 1. Number 9?
Yep.
9?
Turbo.
I think he put this number 13.
He did.
Yeah, I saw the comment when he put it on your video.
Ram It Down.
Ooh. 14?
16.
Ooh, damn.
Painkiller.
Number 1.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not shocked.
Jugulator.
Oh,
and he
Lord.
spelled it with 2 G's instead of 1.
Juggalo later. Oh man, I have a feeling he kind of ranked it low. 13? Oh wait, no, that's terrible. Never mind. 15.
Last
Oh,
18.
Dylan, we are going to have a massive talk, my friend.
Demolition.
He motherfucker ranked this higher. 15.
Yes.
Dylan, you bastard. I was liking you for a minute.
I hope you realize I'll be clipping this back and I'm going to show it to
I don't
you.
care. You know what? I hope the Chargers lose to the Bears tonight, Dylan. How would that make you feel? I'm killing. They're kicking their ass right now.
All right. Angel of Retribution.
Probably number 11.
10.
I was close.
Nostradamus.
I'm guessing you put this number 16.
14.
Oh.
Redeemer of Sills.
What spots are left?
I can't say.
Oh, shit. 12?
11.
Ooh, okay.
And then Firepower. Oh.
8?
5.
Okay, Dylan, you redeemed yourself a little bit. A little bit.
Did he redeem his soul?
I mean, I can't tell. I'm a ginger. I don't have one, so.
Ah!
Aha!
Sup, Firestar.
Firestar.
My one-time opponent in COH wrestling. That I whooped his ass. Anyways, so yeah, that was Dylan's ranks. And yeah, reminder, Thanksgiving Day, I am going to be doing Bolt Thrower next.
Bolt Thrower.
Which I might get that recorded and posted way beforehand and then just have it ready to go. I just got to listen to the albums back one more time and then get started. Which I actually might do that this week. Since I got pretty much nothing else to do since my YouTube stuff's ready to go for the week.
I already got my Nile notes written down. That literally took me without any interruptions. That took me at least 3 hours to write. I got it done really quick because there's only 9 albums that they have. But the ranking might take me a bit because I gotta listen to a lot of songs and a lot of long song titles. So yay!
Yeah, like the Papyrus song off of Iffy Phallic.
I always thought it was Iphalic.
No, Iffy Phallic.
Homophiliac. Necrophobic. Aha, Slayer.
And the band. Oh God.
I don't know why, but I wanted to call it Platypus. Platypus. Curse, you buried the platypus.
Never do that again.
Platypus? Bury the platypus.
What did I just say, kid? Shut up.
Damn it, pal.
That's strike 299,999 1/millionth.
Just give me the fucking 3 strikes already.
No, I feel like holding the Damocles above your head.
The sword of Damocles. Ha ha. Scott would be proud.
Probably. And as punishment, you must answer this question.
Ooh. If Jamie John was here, he would probably pick a Leprosy because I would put it number 6. Both of these are Altars is my number 2. Leprosy and Individual Thought Patterns are tied for my number 2. And I did see this in the comments too. By a literal pube hair, I'm going to go with Leprosy. Only because they did it first.
Yes.
Altars is very close, though. Very, very, very close. But
which is funny because Altars is my number 1 and Leprosy is my number 2 for each band. But still, gotta go Leprosy.
And plus, I think production, I really love that raw production on Leprosy.
Maybe the snare could have been tweaked down just a like tick.
Well, yeah, but when the drums go off, they sound like an explosion.
True. It's true. Which now prompts us, speaking of Morbid Angel, let me ask you this. Who would you say are the 5 best bands that emulate or inspired by Morbid Angel? Because I got quite a few in myself.
See, that one's tough because I don't know. Maybe if Nick was here, he probably like.
Oh yeah, I'll ask Nick for sure whenever he gets in.
That one's too tough for me. I'm not like the huge death metal nerd, if you want to say that. Nick's more. I'm not trying to call Nick a nerd, but I mean he's the more death metal leaning guy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one. I'm struggling to think of one. No, not Cannibal. Cannibal's a little too. No, they don't. They didn't. They never had that stuff. Although Rutan was with he was with Morbid, and like there was like the tracks that he was featured on, or like he wrote songs on for the last 2 Cannibal albums. They did have some Morbid Angel like riffs to them.
I already got my list.
Okay, go ahead.
Immolation.
Yes, that. Yep.
Incantation.
I was thinking about that one too.
Blood Incantation.
Well, the only reason why I didn't say Incantation is because they're a little too doomy.
Yeah, but they do have a lot of those like Morbid Angel tremolos.
Yeah, Morbid Angel like tempos. Yeah, that
is true. Immolation, Incantation, Blood Incantation.
Yeah, that too.
Time Ghoul.
I haven't heard of them.
And shit. I had a Discord message. And then for the 5th, Mithras.
Okay.
That's an easy one because they're basically British Morbid Angel, like emulating the Covenant to formulas fatal to the Flesh era. It's like that first album, that first Mithras album, Forever Advancing Legions. You should check it out on YouTube because holy shit, it sounds like an amalgamation of that mid to late 90s Morbid Angel period.
I need to check out
even down to the vocals too.
Yeah, that more morbid, that more David Vincent like gruffness with that more Steve Tucker like bark.
Yeah, kind of like in between.
I need to check out. You've been praising this band to hell and back. I need to check out Blood Red Throne. I really do. I feel like I'm missing out on some good stuff.
You really are missing out on good shit.
Well, to be fair, I'm still like delving into the more, extreme side of things because I do like extreme metal, but I'm more of that, classic heavy metal, thrash, speed, doom. I'm kind of more into that in a way, but I do love my, heavier stuff.
But basically, Blood Red Throne, all you need to know, it's Norwegian Cannibal Corpse.
Mm-hmm.
And Deicide. And Decapitated, Bloodbath. Hell, some of the bass work even makes me think of Death and Cynic at times with the bass work. And new album coming out in January, so
yay.
Once that pre-order is up and ready to go, I'm pre-ordering that son of a bitch because it's on a small label called Soul Seller.
Mm-hmm.
because they got dropped off of Nuclear Blast whenever I guess they had a management shift and they were dropped off the label, which sucks because I figured before that management shift, Nuclear Blast would have helped them get bigger tours and stuff. But we'll see how they do on Soul Seller, at least maybe for this one album.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but so far for my 2024 rankings that are more than likely going to happen. So it looks like the death metal bands. Well, actually, let me go look at those polls and see what they look like now. I imagine it's not really changed at all. But
I forgot your death metal one. I know your black metal one. I do know that one.
So it looks more than likely the two thrash bands I'm going to be covering are Exodus and Creator.
Oh boy, you're going to love the Rob Dukes era. You probably aren't. You stated before.
Probably not.
You may like Exhibit B. You may. It depends. I love the Rob Dukes era. That's where they went like full on technical, and it's great.
And then right now it looks like for the death metal, it's going to be Cannibal Corpse and Obituary. Although Niles not far behind Obituary.
That's what I'm doing. Oh, dude, Obituary is going to be so much fun. It's a very fun band to go through. I don't think they have a bad album. They don't have a bad album, in my opinion.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Inked in Blood, mainly the production.
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Back from the Dead because it just feels like it doesn't even feel like a DS or not even DS. It doesn't even feel like an Obituary album. It just feels like standard groove metal, and that's about it.
And then for black metal, the clear-cut easy one, Immortal, but still tied between Marduk and Satyricon, and nobody's voting on that. Fucking vote to change that. Break
Immortal.
The tie.
Immortal's another band that don't have a bad album. They really don't.
I mean,
Abath.
The rest of Immortal.
Abath. That's all I need to say. Abath, Demonized, Harg.
And then the prog metal
was on an album. Well, he wasn't on an album. He was on an album cover on Pure Holocaust. But
and then for prog, it's still close between Dream Theater, Gojira, and Queensryche. But right now the top two are Dream Theater and Gojira. I hope it stays that way because, oh man, if I have to talk about Queensryche, you're going to hear me bash the shit out of like half the catalog.
This is my dead last. This is also my dead last. This is my dead last.
Yeah.
Oh boy, the 90s. Ooh.
And 2000s.
Even the 90s. It was like
the mid, like from the mid 90s until the early 2010s. Good Lord. Oof. And it became clear-cut and obvious after a certain period of time, Jeff Tate was the fucking problem. Thank God he's not in the band anymore. And they got Todd LaTorre in where they can actually collaborate and write songs.
And I mean, with Gojira, I don't know. They feel more proggy, but they still have that death metal vibe to them.
Prog death metal.
Yeah.
Much. With some Pantera in there too.
Freaking Stranded is beautiful. That I
saw that song live.
Yeah, which I don't even know what the hell that was. That
was probably a pedal they used to make that sound.
I thought it was a DJ for a hot second. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, oh. It was like a sliding riff or something like that. But yeah, that night is going to be, oh boy, it'll be something.
Just be ready for the big song, Una Slayer of the Gods. 13 or 11 minutes of just
it feels
mastery.
it feels like 80 or 90% of their songs are all long, and yet the album's like 56 minutes. I'm like, how the fuck is this 56 minutes?
They managed to like fit a lot into long songs, and then with the short songs, they just go for full on speed.
I mean,
Although I will say this: the first album, Amongst the Catacombs of Nephron Ka, not really much tech death on there. It's more straight up brutal death metal than anything. More like if Morbid Angel was a brutal death metal band.
Yeah.
And then from Black Seeds of Vengeance onward, then it became more tech death with the brutal death mixed. Even some Death Doom breakdowns too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard when Dallas got into the band, that's where like the quote unquote classic lineup really started to shift, and I'm like,
the classic two of Dallas and Carl, and then George Callias later on. Then you had the classic trio.
Mm-hmm. And then you had like reserving bassists and all that stuff. And I kind of hope they
going through all the bassists is going to be kind of a task.
Well, I got all my notes written down, but like on Wikipedia, it's like they say the album's released, and then they say, oh well, during this time, the bassist left, before the album. And it's like, wait, why didn't you put that before when the album was released? So I like backtracked like 8 months.
Which led to a couple of albums where Carl and Dallas did the bass.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, more Carl
singing is better. Those Whom the Gods Detest, like that was Dallas and Carl doing the bass.
Mm-hmm.
And also working with Eric Rutan for the drum recording, which there is documentary of the making of the album, and oh my god, they had such a ball with fucking Neil Kernan and Eric Rutan.
Yeah, it still blows my mind that Neil Kernan, who did bands like Hall &
Oates, Kansas,
Judas Priest. He did an album with Priest, I believe, didn't he?
He did Unleashed in the East.
Unleashed in the East.
In 79.
Neil Diamond.
And then you hear him do Nile and Cannibal Corpse and Deicide. Which is like, how? And yet Kernan's always said, like, he's grateful for the Hall & Oates stuff, but he's a metal guy first and foremost.
I mean, hey, you got you got to respect for knowing your craft.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when Tenacious D was like a huge Dio fan. So,
I mean, hell, you look at that Brutal Legend soundtrack, and it's like packed to the brim with classics.
Mm-hmm.
Which I need to play that game again. I think I got it on PS3, and I should hook my PS3 up. But then again, last time I hooked it up, my controller wasn't working, so I don't know if I need to let it charge or get a new controller.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would love to play Brutal Legend again. And listen to that amazing fucking soundtrack.
It's so beautiful.
It's just so brilliant. What the hell was that? It sounded like rats chomping on your balls.
You know what?
What's this? This tastes like dick cheese.
It's Fomunda cheese.
I was just about to stealing my thunder. I was literally about to say Fomunda cheese.
You know what, Levi? Find you tiresome.
You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of those motherfucking beaver fucking teeth of yours.
You know what I'm tired of, motherfucker? I'm tired of those beaver bucket fucking teeth of yours. I had a vein popping out of my neck when that happened. Huh, that's weird. Am I going to die?
Chris Barnes would have probably puked at the sight of that.
That's not my Sherlock.
Why does it taste like barbecue?
You see that big fucking volcano over there? It's got a lot of bullshit in it.
I really need to get Nick to do another Barnes impression over Big Bill Hell's Cars commercial. Oh dear Lord, speak of the devil. Nick is
Hey,
here
guys.
if I say that.
we were just talking about you and your gloriousness.
Oh, God, I actually dread to hear what gloriousness I've achieved.
We were doing Barnes impersonations.
Well, I was just
Yeah.
talking about what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, like boss was saying, oh, my vein popped out of my neck, and I said Barnes probably would have puked at that.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, I
he
forgot about
starts-
the whole the Jim Carrey thing.
thing.
Yeah. So what you guys getting into tonight?
Just reflecting
Shoot the
on my
shit.
priest ranking, essentially.
Ours looks like we're filming Sunday, the next Sunday.
I will be watching. And I will be observing very carefully and thoroughly.
He observed mine.
Well,
I wasn't too disappointed, but there was a couple I'm like, and I don't know.
oh, I got mine ranked out. Yeah, I don't think I could move around anything at this point.
Bowel movements?
No, well, I know I've seen John's ranking.
Oh
Now,
Lord.
John's is going to be the one I'm going to be curious to see the most, considering
I haven't
his hot
seen
takes.
Shredder Miller's yet, but
Is it just you four? Or is Ring gonna be in as well?
it's just us four this time because Ren just came back and I wasn't gonna like subject him to listen to like 18 albums. So
Yeah.
I imagine he'll be back in for
Black Dahlia.
Murder, yeah.
Oh dude, that one's gonna be so sad.
I need to do that
Ugh.
ranking at some point. Maybe 2025. That would be my ranking.
Well, we got that and Meshuggah, and then we're gonna. Well, we might have a surprise ranking after that one, and then have some pick'ems essentially again.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of toying around with ideas in terms of who I'd like to cover in the future.
I would love for you guys to do a Motorhead one. I think
That's gonna be a
Shred-
long one.
Shred would have a blast with that. And
mean-
Miller would have a blast.
Oh
with that.
no, Miller loves Motorhead. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that one pops up in terms of like polls and such.
Oh, dude, when I did it, it was a massive pain in the ass to do. A massive pain in the ass.
Well, yeah, they don't really change around very much. Like it's a band that's like super consistent. At least with Priest, there's some peaks and valleys to actually talk about. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know Joe loves like Chona Bodum, In Flames
Sodom.
to a point. God, Nevermore. I know he loves Nevermore too.
Mm-hmm.
He
I
still
know he
wants to Megadeth.
Sodom.
Peter Steele.
Well, we already covered Typo.
Yeah.
Well, still. Oh, dude,
Um,
I would love for you guys to do a Sodom ranking.
That was one of the first rankings I ever did.
It's about what 19 albums. They're coming out with another EP. Is it?
No, they're coming out with a new album soon. I'm pretty sure.
let me
There's an
take a look.
EP coming out second week of November.
Yep, 1982.
Yeah. So
Oh, that is the song I did hear. I did hear that when I was just like randomly like doing it on Spotify, and I'm like, this actually doesn't sound pretty bad. It actually sounds pretty good.
yeah, it starts slowing down a little bit around or like a little bit before Thanksgiving, but there's still some stuff to cover. I'm really looking forward to the new Momentum. It's been a long time since Eternal Passages.
And then hell, this coming Friday, Suffocation,
Suffocation.
and Carnation.
Yep. I mean,
I'm hoping I can get those reviews ready before I have to leave so fucking early in the morning Saturday to go down to Alabama.
I'm very, very curious to hear Suffocation without Frank. It's just gonna be so weird not to hear him without him.
I mean, Ricky's been on albums before, just as like backup vocals, and I've seen him twice with Ricky. He's a good fucking fill-in. Like I liked Kevin, the guy that's in Alluvial. I thought he was really good too. But I mean, Ricky's been there. He's been doing the stand-ins for Frank for a while. So I mean, he'll be a good fit. I mean, as long as Terrence is still there. Like Terrence is.
Oh,
Terrence
will. As long as Terrence is in Suffocation, that band's ain't going.
Oh yeah, his riff work is. I mean, that's the thing. Like he's just a badass guitarist. But yeah, Carnation, I'm kind of curious about because the single's been kind of interesting on that one.
I haven't checked those out. I saw they have like over half of the album released as singles. I've
listened to 3 of the songs. They're different. There's like clean vocals and such on them.
Ooh.
It's different. That's for damn sure.
I checked out the new Autopsy album yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Oh, that's so good.
That's another album to add to my Amazon order list as backup.
Oh, it's killer.
When I reviewed it, I got Leprosy and Scream Bloody Gore out of my collection because I'm like, it literally feels like that. Like there's some leads that kind of remind you off of Leprosy in a way.
I mean, he was a part of Death. I don't know. I pretty much just heard like just Autopsy, like almost in a more classic sense, like that they're doing everything that they do well, except a little bit better on this one. Like I love Morbidity Triumphant, but I think this new one's better. I've been listening to it more, and it's like, yeah, dude, everything that I like about Morbidity Triumphant and just Autopsy in general is just stronger here. The fucking Death Doom harmonies they have are just fucking crushing. Chris Reifert is such a maniacal vocalist. Over the top performance.
That opening track, Rabid Funeral, he just is going to balls to the wall and sing. He's like,
Marrow Fiend. Marrow Fiend is, I don't know, that might be one of my favorites on there. Just, I don't know, it's just so over the top, but like he managed to make it like he makes it very catchy and interesting, and the fact that you can understand a good chunk of what he's saying, like his intonation. I don't know. It's just he's just fucking awesome at it. That and playing like almost like punk drums in a death metal band. Because I mean, he's just going ham.
There's a song called "Toxic Death Fuck." Do I need to go on?
It's definitely a more punky track, and it's good. I like the whole album. I mean, I already got my copy right here. Some gloriously awesome album art too. Wes Ben Scoter.
Yep.
That dude's art is so good. Yeah, Lobotomizing Gods was great. Bones Wolves. The
Marrow Fiend was maybe my favorite off.
Marrow Fiend, that one might be my favorite. I really like Well of Entrails.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The whole album. The whole album's great. Yeah, did you see his thanks list?
No, I haven't.
Oh, Chris's thanks list is priceless.
Oh boy.
So I mean, you get the usual stuff, mom's, wife, blah blah blah. Let's see, we'll get down to the more interesting stuff. Let's see. Anyone weird enough to call me their friend? Everyone who has been and is still willing to make music with me. For your reading and listening to this. Let's say no, for you for reading and listening to this. Lemmy, Lost in Space, Star Trek, Mad, Cracked, Crazy, Creepy, Eerie. These are all the magazines that he's thinking. House of Mystery, Bernie Wrightson, Planet of the Apes, The Twilight Zone, Farts. Let's face it, they're still funny. All cool humans, all cool non-humans, records that fucked up my brain in all the best ways. I hope this one does something like that to yours.
Well, we know where his standards are.
Yep.
I mean, he's made no secret about being a big nerd, and I mean that's another reason why I fucking love him. Like, he's I'm a big fucking nerd myself. I love comic books and sci-fi and like cheesy horror and shit like that. That's nerd shit. I want to say he knows how to speak Klingon partially.
Oh dear.
Mm.
But yeah, I finally last night got around to watching this.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Definitely hard to follow at times, like you and John said in the review.
Yeah, I finally got the CD now too.
Where did you get it? Because I've been looking for that.
Ryan Jennings sent me a link. Hold on.
Yeah, because I've been trying to look for that fucking album ever since it came out.
It might be in more distros now. One sec. There it is.
Because I might go ahead and buy that right now.
MondoShop.com.
Bondo Shop. Let me take a look. Well, Doctor, why don't we take a look?
Suffering succotash.
Oh, God. Why?
Why not?
It should be right under the CDs.
Oh, what was it called again?
Death Album 4.
No, the website.
Oh, MondoShop.com.
Mondo. I put Bondo, and I'm like, what
Oh.
the fuck is this?
No, Mondo.
Mondo.
With an M.
There we have it. Music. Alrighty. CD. I don't see it on here. Fuck.
It's not in their CDs. God, hold on. I know I fucking saw it someplace else.
Right.
Maybe have you tried indie merch or Night Shift? I know I've seen it other places. Hold on.
Let me take a look at indie merch store. Let's take a look. Yeah, because at some point I want to get all the death clocks, but yeah. Nope, not on indie merch. All right, I'm gonna check Night Shift.
Spiraling down on your death clock. Decides remorseless.
Hi. What? I still can't get over that scene. Not on Night Shift merch either. Son of a
I know I saw it someplace. Here, hold on. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh God! And then speaking of Metalocalypse, so one episode I never watched in full from season 3 was the Death Health episode. I can't. That fucking scene of Murderface getting examined.
Who?
Murderface getting examined by the doctor, touching his dick, and he's like, "Just pretend it's a chicken touching your dick." Oh my God! Stop moving your hand. Look. Oh yeah. I mean, no, bad dick, bad penis. And he's like, "I'm having a gay crisis over here."
Why'd you sound like Mort from fucking Family Guy?
What?
You sound like Mort from Family Guy, the Jewish guy.
I beg to differ with you.
Yeah, I can't remember where the hell I saw it. I know I saw it someplace else. I was like, oh, yeah, finally it's out there. I couldn't come across it on Metal Detector, but...
And even, like, there's only 2 CD copies on Discogs, and they're, like, way too high.
What do they want from on Discogs now?
From Canada... Oh, there you go. From Canada, they want 36.66, and then the Slovak Republic 93.
Yeah, I know. That's
It's
insane.
It's like, come on. It's only been out 2 months.
I don't know. I mean, you can find vinyl for it everywhere.
Yeah, obviously vinyl for it, but CDs is like, why? Come on.
I don't know. Maybe they didn't print many. That's strange. I did also finally get my copy of the new Tomb Mold too.
Oh yeah, that's another one that's on my Amazon order list.
I haven't heard that new Tomb Mold, even though I wanted to really badly.
It's so fucking good.
It's really different. It is
Mhm.
not like any of their other albums. There's a lot more like later death kind of stuff, like human individual thought patterns,
Some cynic in there
cynic,
too.
atheist, stuff like that. But it's still got its like fierce, brutal moments. And I mean, God, the fact that that fucking drummer is also doing the vocals is crazy.
Speaking of like more brutal death metal, I was talking to Levi about this, and he actually recommended a band that I should do a retrospective of. I'm gonna be doing Nile.
Oh, Nile's fucking awesome.
Oh boy, just the best song titles, the
longest
best
song titles.
I mean, black metal nerds would even say that's a bit much, mate.
I mean, I'm there for the riffs. I mean,
Yeah.
Carl Sanders.
Yeah, Carl Sanders is, he's a beast, dude. I mean, dude, when Dallas was in there too, like it's still kind of my favorite era. Like, dude, Annihilation of the Wicked, such a damn good album.
That may be my favorite. Who knows?
That was the first one I ever got.
I think the first one I ever got was Amongst the Catacombs. But I listened to them before, but that was just the first album I got.
Black Seeds of Vengeance. I mean,
Iffy Phallic, I've always liked.
That one, I like it, but I don't know if I like it as much as others. I mean, it's a really consistent discography.
I mean, I watched your guys' review on Vinyl Rights, and I heard you guys really like that album.
That was a damn good album. I mean, honestly, I don't think Nile really has like a flat out bad album. They have albums I like more than others, but they're all good. Like, I mean, Carl is consummate about, practicing. Like, he is always practicing. He is always, working to make himself a better guitarist. It's hard not to appreciate that. Same thing with Dallas too. Like, talking to Dallas the past couple of times, he's like, yeah, dude's like, dude, I practice like all the fucking time. And, I mean, it's like, yeah, no, I can tell. Like, even his like picking technique is, man, it's just really interesting to watch. Like, that dude is just like, he's a good balance of like a riff guy and a lead guy.
And one of my favorite vocals in death metal too.
He's got a unique delivery. Like, it's
like
not really
evil
like
growls.
And it's well enunciated, and it works really well with Narcotic Wasteland. Like, especially Narcotic Wasteland. Both of those albums are fucking killer. In fact, they have their new single up actually features some shots from Bowling Green, Ohio, where we had them play. Awesome. So that's kind of cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's also very weird to think that the guy that was shooting their videos of what was the first one? Was it in Black Seed of Vengeance, or was it in their Darkened Shrines?
That, I think in their Darkened Shrines was the first one.
I think it was their first one.
Dallas.
Daryl Dion. This is the same dude that did videos for Blink 182.
I mean,
it's weird.
Sometimes you.
I mean, it's not really that weird coming from a band that also had fucking Neil Kernan as a producer.
It was Black Seeds of Vengeance was where
Dallas first
jumped in.
Yeah, because the first one that was
Amongst the
just
Catacombs.
Yeah.
Amongst the Catacombs, that was mostly Chief Spires and Carl Sanders doing the vocals.
Chief Spires and Carl Sanders. That sounds like a really weird KFC. I don't know why. Chief Spires. It sounds like a mascot.
God.
Boss,
come
I
on.
hate everything about you sometimes, I swear.
I hate everything about me too. It's okay. You hate everything about me. What are you, 3 days grace? Come on, man.
Was that 3 days grace?
Yes, that was.
I thought that was like Ugly Kid. Or no, it's Ugly Kid Joe's I Hate Everything About You.
Nope.
No.
That song was played ad nauseum when I was a kid. Holy shit.
That song was played ad nauseum when I was a kid. The Ugly Kid Joe one?
I was talking about the 3 Days Grace.
Oh, all right. I bought 2 3 Days Grace albums and I was like, yeah, I think I'm already done.
I mean, they help again. The more, I guess, butt rock bands nowadays, they did help me get into metal. So I may not like them now, but as a kid, I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, like those bands haven't aged well for me over these last 15
Oh my
years.
god. I was so desperate to buy this album just for the sheer meme of it. So there's a record store that's about 20 minutes away from me, and I would go in, they would have some good stuff, and I was just kind of like, scrolling through to see what kind of albums I got. And recently I've been getting a lot of Anvil in my collection, even though I've never heard an album by them. But I got Cannibal Corpse, Violence Unimagined, which the guy was actually saying he's been wanting to get more, but they just didn't have any copies. I got Gorgoroth album, which I really dug on the way home. I got Maiden's Number of the Beast. I got Ozzy's Scream. I don't know why. I got Overkill, Cover Kill, which is where they did covers. Oh my god. I really want to hear, for some reason, I want to hear Bobby Blitz try to sing an Ozzy ballad.
Nah.
Changes. That's what it was. But it was from all the way from Deep Purple to Sabbath to Priest and a couple other bands. And I got Van Halen Diver Down, which was, I think, was that the last album with David Lee Roth?
No, that was the second to last.
The second last.
1984 was the last one until Different Kind of Truth in 2012.
And I was going through the record label, and I was scrolling through, and I'm like, okay, they got Slayer and Skin Lab, all that stuff. Looked at one. There was a 6 Feet Under album, Nightmares of the Decomposed. I was so destined to buy it just for the sheer fucking meme of it. I'm like, you know what? Why not? I have nothing left to lose.
Wow. I didn't know that. I saw that Richard Mole, passed, unfortunately, Bull from Night Court. He also did the voice of Two-Face in Batman the Animated Series.
Who
Richard Mole, really tall actor. Night Court, Bull. If you ever saw an episode of Night Court, he was in it.
Dude, what's with actors pass away? Fucking Matthew Perry passed away yesterday. He
drowning somehow.
Yeah, he drowned apparently in his own hot tub or bathtub or something like that. But dude was fucking drunk off his mind.
That dude battled with booze through his entire career.
Booze and drugs.
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of his. I mean, the Friends cast, his friends, they were his friends. Oh my God, they really tried to work with him. And he just put out a book about recovery and all that shit. Last year, maybe 2 years ago. I
mean, you can try and you can win the battle against the demons, but in the end, they'll eventually win the war. Look at very, very sad example. Look at what happened with Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, I mean, well, some people actually get out of it. I mean, dude, Rob Halford.
Yeah,
Ozzy's somehow still alive. Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Bill Ward, all of Sabbath.
Dave Mustaine. Dave Mustaine, jeez.
Fucking Al Jorgensen.
James Hetfield. He just recently got out of rehab not that long ago too, and he went through a nasty divorce with his wife as well.
People wonder why the lyrics on 72 Seasons were so personal. Yeah. But they were good. They were good lyrics, so you gotta give him that. I always feel Hetfield's a very underrated lyricist in general.
He's hit or miss with me. Sometimes he really hits the nail on the head. Sometimes I feel like he's just sorting through different platitudes to try to convey some vague point. Like sometimes the lyrics are just kind of vague and but sometimes he does pen some really good lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
Better riff writer than lyricist.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel the same way about Dave Mustaine. Sometimes he's on the nose.
Yep.
Sometimes like that's just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
This next song is called Motorcycle.
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 Which is stupider. Which it's dumber. It's dumber right away.
Oh man, I'll never forget when you fucking talked about that
Mustaine impression. Which I don't know which is better, your Barnes impression or your Mustaine impression.
I mean, you listen to these guys for years and you start picking up stuff. I mean, and Dave Mustaine,
no.
easy.
It's got to be your Jesse Ventura impression. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Well, I don't get a chance to bring that one up because Jesse Ventura isn't in music. He's busy trying to fucking chase aliens in bunkers or something like that, or finding a reason to justify having a ponytail. Like, let it go.
Oh, Ventura in the 90s. What the hell were you thinking?
Drugs?
Probably.
And steroids? Drugs?
Well, I mean, you look at him in the 80s, look at him in Predator. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
You won't talk about roids. Fucking Arno was chugging them bitches
I
like it
got
was
time
nothing.
to bleed.
Got time to duck?
Bunch of slapped. No, I can't say that. Nope.
Yep.
Not saying that line.
This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus.
Just like me.
What movie was that from?
Slap this on your sore ass, Blaine. I might be able to quote almost every line from that movie because I've been watching it since I was like 12.
What movie again?
Predator. It was one of the most
yeah,
quotable movies of the 80s. That and like RoboCop.
And Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Or if you've seen it, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. It's got Peter Weller in it. It's got Jeff Goldblum in it. It's got everyone in it. John Lithgow's in it. Christopher Lloyd. God, Clancy Brown is in there too.
Oh, Clancy Brown. Can't quite do Mr. Krabs.
Oh yeah,
he was the best voice of Luthor. Like for Lex Luthor. Yeah, that's the voice I hear is Clancy Brown's just doesn't even need to raise his voice. It's just instant authority. Like, okay.
Oh yeah, and fun fact, Clancy Brown also did the voice and motion capture for Surtur in Thor Ragnarok.
Yep. Oh, I recognized that right away when I saw it. It was like as soon as he spoke, it was like, it's Clancy Brown. I know that voice anywhere.
Are you guys ready for the greatest action movie of all time? The Marvels.
Oh God, no.
I don't see why people are making a big deal about it, but it's another Marvel movie. That's about it.
Fuck off. Anyways, where did that come from?
I don't even have any issues with her. I don't even know what the deal is. I don't know. I think people just find a reason.
Idiot. She's just an idiot.
She's a moron. She's a fucking idiot.
Why? What did you do?
Oh,
we'll be here all night if I go in about her.
Once she's got no ass. She's got no ass.
I mean,
she's got water balloons as tits.
Never heard it put quite that way before.
Yeah, I liked Captain Marvel. I thought it was a good movie. I liked the 90s retro.
It was okay. I mean, I saw it in theaters like 4 times, mostly because of Sam Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn, Jude Law stealing the show. Not because of Brie Larson, but I'll just say this. Long story short, Brie Larson has a bad habit of putting her foot in her mouth in the worst ways possible, and it's so irritating.
She's basically Sunny in a way, just without the roast beef.
Or the alcohol problems.
Yeah.
But yeah. And also to go to show you how bad Brie Larson is, during the Endgame tour, like she got into it big time with Chris Hemsworth over a silly joke Hemsworth made about doing your own stunts, and she got so offended by it. Ooh. And then the real proof, you look at Jeremy Renner, pretty much almost every interview he was doing on the Endgame tour where he was sitting with pretty much everybody else, had the time of his life. Sits next to Brie Larson and he just looks absolutely miserable. Like, how long do I have to be with this bitch?
She's just an egomaniac. That's...
Yeah, egomaniac, and I would say something else, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Coot?
I haven't seen.
Fuck it. She is a cunt. There you go.
No, I haven't
if they
seen
would just get a better
really
actress. If they'd get a better actress who won't put her foot in her mouth, I would like Captain Marvel. It's not the character's fault; it's the actress' fault.
That foot's probably not the only thing that's been in her mouth.
I mean,
well,
recasting at this point would be kind of pointless.
Yeah.
I mean,
short but pointless.
She's done well with the role so far. You know, there's not really a lot of depth to Captain Marvel, at least Carol Danvers. It looks like they're working with the other ones too. So, you know, Captain Marvel's been
Marvel and Photon.
Oh, the Captain Marvel's been multiple people throughout Marvel's canon universe. Carol Danvers, God, she's kind of lower on the list in terms of people that because there were tons
had the
before.
name, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have any.
Marvel, Walter Lawson.
Yep.
Which I wish they would have done him in the first movie and not gender bend everything because it's like.
Well, Warbird / Carol Danvers is probably the most popular one, you know, at this point. Like, you know, you have the classic ones, but she's been, you know, one of the more active Avenger members throughout the comics. It makes total sense why they went with her. I mean, they've had a different Captain Marvel in the Avengers too. That's where Rogue got her powers, or at least the flight and the super strength. But yeah, Carol Danvers has been probably because she was kind of like another Captain America, because she was, you know, another military person, had specialized skills, and she was a fucking powerhouse.
Yep. So yeah, it's not the Captain Marvel character. Don't bother me. It's just get Brie Larson the fuck out. But that ain't happening.
That's gonna happen. Like I said,
it's not. It's not, which sucks.
I mean, they're eventually going to have to recast all those characters eventually. Like, I mean,
like after Secret Wars is when we're going to get a reboot, so to speak, of the MCU, a soft reboot, quote unquote.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, I'm more focused on the good Fantastic Four movie. Finally, that would be nice. Some justice.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm
so
curious.
far, I'm loving Loki season 2 right now. I still haven't seen the latest episode, but I do plan to watch it soon.
I'm gonna start that tomorrow night, I think. Yeah. And I'm kind of curious what DC does now. They fucking back themselves into a corner, like backing that lunatic Ezra Miller. That dude's a psychopath, man. Like,
he's an idiot. He's a complete idiot.
Nah, that dude's got like some serious mental issues. I mean, he like fucking essentially kidnapped a girl and was fucking feeding her drugs and shit like that. Like,
oh, he is one of the biggest sociopaths you will ever meet.
He's kind of terrible. Like, I'm just kind of waiting. Like, dude, if DC keeps backing him, like, dude, he's gonna do something crazier, and you are gonna be really fucked.
And the worst part is too, like, before like the whole stuff with Ezra Miller came out, like that original Justice League, like the Justice League as it's called, he was good in that role.
No,
like, he like by all means, he is not a bad actor. But
I think he's a good actor. But all right, playing Barry though, he was more akin to like Wally West. But
no, God, no. When he played Barry, he was horrible. But like when he plays the Flash, he's not bad. But any other character he plays is terrible.
They're the same character. Like Barry doesn't change his personality when he puts on the suit. Like that's the thing. Like he's almost kind of like Batman. Like he's kind of a detective in a way. I mean, he worked in a forensics lab, and just very professional, very thoughtful. But you never got any of that from Ezra. His character seemed just like, oh, I'm gonna be quirky and fucking goofy. Like Barry is like he'll joke around a little bit, but the jokey side of the Flash, that was always Wally West, who was the original Kid Flash. But yeah, like I didn't like him. Plus, I hated the suit. Like the suit was really bad with the plates on. I was like, dude, the whole idea of the Flash's suit is being streamlined. You know.
Wait, are you talking about the latest Flash movie?
Oh no, the latest Flash movie I didn't watch just because that was stupid. I watched all the scenes with Batman and then I was done.
Yeah, wasn't Nicolas Cage Batman?
No, that was Michael Keaton again.
Yeah,
Michael Keaton. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, the original Flash suit they used in the Justice League movie, like it had armor plating on it with clear separation on it. That at the speeds the Flash moves, all that shit would come flying off. Like his whole suit is just, I mean, he stores it in a ring. Like it literally just surrounds him, and it's also part of the Speed Force thing. So yeah, there was a better way to go about that. Plus they cast fucking Ben Affleck as Batman.
I thought he did great as Batman.
He was stupid. Batman is not supposed to be stupid. He's the most brilliant mind in the room at all times, and they cast a knucklehead. And he played him as a knucklehead. If there's even a 1% chance of him being a bad guy, we gotta treat it like an absolute certain. I'm gonna go beat up Superman. Like his whole motivation was dumb. This guy's
that Barnes voice was way different than I thought it was going to be.
The world's greatest detective. The world's greatest. That means he's smart. Ben Affleck's one was dumb. He was just like, I'm a grumpy old man and I got a mask.
Scripted him. Oh my god.
He was terrible.
Okay, him in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, he did great in that movie. I thought he was a great fit for that movie.
Worst Batman.
No,
Batman's never supposed to be dumb.
There are way worse Batman. Way worse.
Oh, yeah, George Clooney, but George Clooney was willing to refund people he owned being a bad Batman. Ben Affleck was like, I don't see what everyone's problem is. So it's because your suit looks like it's covered in duct tape. The cowl looks cool. But yeah, no, you're dumb. Like, Batman's supposed to be the guy that figures out everything before everyone else. That's why he's like always on the team. That's why everyone's kind of scared of him too. This Batman is like, nah, we just get him angry and he'll fuck up.
I forgot who played Batman and Batman and Robin. Was that Michael Keaton?
No,
that was Val Kilmer. What?
No,
that was George Clooney.
Yes,
that was George Clooney and Batman and Robin. We don't talk about.
I'm thinking of Batman Forever when it was.
That was Val. Yep. Yeah. Val did a good job as Bruce Wayne. Like I believed him as Bruce Wayne, but not so much as Batman. Michael Keaton, like he was a good Batman. I didn't like him as Bruce Wayne though because he's too like blue collar.
Yeah,
I don't believe he's the billionaire playboy. I was like, no, come on, you work at the docks. Come on, man. Like your guy can go get a beer with later. You know, Bruce Wayne's not supposed to be that approachable. He's like, oh no, I'm just austere and blah blah blah, and that's the real mask. But
what I was getting to with Batman and Robin that came out in '79, the one that everyone tends to hate, like it's like the worst, best Batman movie for a lot of people because you have it's like the casting is so bizarre because you have Arnold Schwarzenegger as Victor Freeze. That right there should sell tickets, but it turns out no, they wanted to make everything a stupid joke. An interesting thing, Levi, you may not know this, but the guy that played Bane in that movie, turns out that he was the guy that played the Ultimate Solution from
WCW.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what? Oh my god.
Yeah, he died from like steroid related shit too, I believe.
Yeah, it was sad how he passed. But
they ruined Bane in that too. Like Bane again is another hyper intelligent character. Like, you know, he broke Batman like methodically before breaking his back, literally. Like he wore him down. Like Bane's a genius. And that's probably the scariest thing about him. Like the rest of it is like, yeah, no, he's a nasty fighter and he's got the Venom stuff, but Bane is like terrifyingly smart. Like he even challenged Ra's al Ghul to lead the League of Assassins, and he almost won. And Ra's is like top tier villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like dude's been around for what 600 years. He's learned how to fight every form.
He's an undead ghoul, which is why he's cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's
one of my earliest Batman memories was playing Batman Arkham Asylum. But my God, the way they treated Bane in that video game was like, you could have done something, but he was mainly treated as a side character.
yeah. Well,
oh, that was such a big.
The sad thing about Bane is when they introduced him in comics, he was like this big mystery character. He was all right. Doomsday had already happened in Superman. We have this giant ultimate character, the one that breaks the hero. They did the same thing for Batman, and then kind of like Doomsday, once that was done, they didn't know what to do with him. So they, it was tricky kind of marketing him for a while. Like they had solo Bane comics and such, but they didn't sell because again he already did the thing that he said he was going to do, and then after that it's like, well, now you're just kind of cast in the rogues gallery.
Which I really like how they implemented him as the main villain in Dark Knight Rises because, was Scarecrow the main villain in Batman Begins?
Well, it's mostly Ra's.
Oh,
but I mean, Scarecrow was in every single one. Scarecrow was just working with Ra's. But then Bane.
I wonder what would break first. Bruce's spirit?
Your spirit? Yeah, dude, when I saw that in theaters, and because I did not hear his voice in the trailers at all, and when I heard him speak, it was like, wait, what? That's for real.
Welcome to McDonald's. How can I take your order?
Well, Bane's Cuban, like the whole idea with the mask. It's a luchador mask. Like that's that's his whole look. So when they kind of changed that around, it's like, oh, we'll give him a creepy, like it's like a gorilla's maw. Like, all right, well that's fine. But then I heard his voice, and I mean, Grant, Tom Hardy did a great job with the role. Like he embodied the character. But just hearing the voice was like, all right, that's going to take some getting used to.
Yeah, Tom Hardy was also in the latest Mad Max movie that came out,
and he's killing it as Venom right now in the Venom movies.
I heard the second one wasn't good. The first one was good. I liked the first one. I thought it was fun.
I'm not a fan.
I thought the second one. I thought the second one was fun. Him and Woody Harrelson together.
I don't know. I haven't watched the
Marriage trouble already. Or at the very end after he fucking ate Carnage. That did not taste good. And then he's holding Cletus. Fuck this guy. I thought that was awesome.
And I'm looking forward to when they finally throw him in Spider-Man, but I don't know. They haven't. They're gonna have to, but it's already
the third one. Yeah.
Well, they already kind of.
He was. Oh my God, the way they treated Venom in the third movie was fucking atrocious.
Oh yeah, and Topher Grace was really miscast there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And he could have easily been Peter Parker himself.
Yeah.
Well, everything about Spider-Man 3 was such a fucking train wreck. They were cramming like 4 films into one, and you can clearly tell.
Yeah, dude, Sam Raimi wanted out. He was done, and it's like, no, you're on contract for 3. He's like, all right. I mean, he did a good job with Doctor Strange. I'll give him that. Like, that was it was like, all right, this feels like a Sam Raimi movie, and the nods to Evil Dead were great. They were well played, and he did make it like a little bit creepier. Like, I mean, Scarlet Witch was fucking scary. Like, oh shit.
Especially that jump scare scene when they were trying to escape.
Yeah. That was like, where the fuck did she even come from?
I have a very interesting question. How are they going to include Morbius into the Spider-Man universe?
Hopefully not with Jared Leto.
No, just if you've seen his work as the fucking Joker or whatever he was in the
the Juggalo
Squad.
Yeah.
That was.
But I was gonna say, because guess we are gonna get a 5th Thor movie.
Yeah, because the last one worked out so well for everyone.
The last one was so.
I would say it was the worst. I would say it was the worst.
Oh, out of all of them, yeah.
Out of all of them,
it's my least favorite. It was still decent though. I liked some of the storyline. Like Jane Foster storyline I thought was really good. I didn't like that don't make the hammer sentient. Like, oh, my hammer's jealous. Like, it's funny for one gag, but they keep going on with it.
You're already
and on top of that, they were hyping up Christian Bale as Gore to God Butcher so much. He did a good job, but the way they wrote him in the movie was so stupid. Like, okay, so he wants Stormbreaker to open up the portal to see eternity. Why not just steal the fucking hammer when you or not the hammer, the axe while you were on New Asgard? Why take the kids? Reasons, I guess.
Maybe if they can square off against them.
They were trying to piggyback like the creative success of Endgame.
Yeah, like most of Phase 4 was not that great. Like apart from Spider-Man No Way Home, I can't think of a movie I would say was like top tier apart from No Way Home.
I feel like they're just going way too ambitious for what they're going for.
And even Marvel's kind of understanding that, considering they just fired the writers and directors for the upcoming Daredevil series because they want to start making sure their TV shows actually feel like TV shows and not just multi-part movies, which is smart. Hence why I think their scheduling from now on, they're only going to do 2 shows a year after a certain point. Because
what's up, Ben?
Yeah. Hey, Ben,
the thing is, with this new, with the new Marvel movies, there's no end game. Like, that's the thing. Like everything else, we were building towards like a penultimate foe and like a giant show. All these movies are kind of going off in their own direction, and we get teased villains that could be like bigger ones like Kang, but.
Yeah, which he is supposed to be the end game. Well, one of the end game villains. I still see how they're going to handle the next 2 Avengers movies. Like Kang will be the main villain of Kang Dynasty, and then Secret Wars is going to be Doctor Doom.
I mean, well, they better get that one right. I mean,
yes.
At the same time, though, like, well, they already have issues with Kang in terms of casting because
Jonathan Majors.
That dude fucked up too.
Mm-hmm.
So probably going to have to recast there.
Or they'll probably have to do a completely different story altogether. Hell, they might end up doing 80s Secret Wars instead of the modern Secret Wars, which I would actually prefer. I would actually prefer if they did 80s Secret Wars.
Well, I mean, some of the biggest moments in there, I don't know if they'd work now because you have to consider all the past storyline too. With Daredevil, I'm just hoping they try to keep the dark edge that the Netflix series had. Like, I'm so glad. I love the
Netflix series.
So glad they got Charlie Cox back. Like that.
Pretty much everybody from the Netflix show is supposed to be in the new one. Like Deborah Ann Wool, and I forget who it is who plays Foggy, but he's supposed to come back. Well, actually, one of the reasons why Marvel fired the original writers and directors because it was going to be 18 episodes. They weren't going to have Daredevil show up in the costume until the 4th episode, and they were going to kill off Karen Page and Foggy Nelson like immediately. It's like, no, you don't kill those characters off.
That's how you immediately turn off your fan base in a heartbeat.
Exactly, and I think Marvel noticed that, and they're like, we're not doing that.
I mean, they like taking risks.
That's a no for me, dog.
That just seems kind of pointless since there's more to them that still needs to be fleshed out. I think
exactly, yeah.
I mean, Foggy's been there for fucking forever too.
Yeah, but then again, after Loki comes out, we're supposed to get the Echo show with Maya Lopez. That's essentially supposed to feel like a Daredevil season 4 because Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio is supposed to be in that show.
She's very tied to that storyline with the Hawkeye thing too. She did a good job too. Like, I mean,
oh yeah.
She's deaf and she has an amputated limb and she's able to do all those fucking stunts and shit. Like that's fucking impressive.
Oh yeah.
But
in case you guys can tell, I'm not really huge into the whole. I'm just sitting here so I won't get fined. You guys are going like
you won't get strike 3.
Hey, it's not my fault. I'm not into superhero movies.
Yeah,
I've been a comic book fan since I was a kid. I mean, I got like 15 long boxes of a ton of comics. Like not nearly as many CDs, but
right.
yeah. But I mean,
Hey,
tons of comics.
The only like action style like superhero movie or superhero shows I was into, and I think you guys might have been into, I was huge into Power Rangers. Huge Power Rangers fan growing up.
That was all right. Like that was when I got older and started moving on to like just straight up action movies and horror movies and shit like that. So Power Rangers at that point when it came out, I was already kind of outgrown it, even though I liked Godzilla. Like I didn't like the giant foam suit robots, and none of their characters seemed as cool as Godzilla. In fact, I will go on record saying Godzilla would just crush every last one of those things, including
the Megazords.
All of them.
I mean, hell, look what he did to Mechagodzilla, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, dude, I would put like Rodan against those, and I think Rodan would probably crush him.
Rodan, Mothra, King Ghidorah. I'm a huge Godzilla fan too myself. I'm really anticipating for that new movie.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious where they're going to go with that. Actually, I want to check out that Apple series too. The Monochrome.
If I do want to recommend, do not watch the anime trilogy. It's fucking atrocious.
Which one?
The anime trilogy that came out. I think it was Netflix exclusive.
Was it the Singularity Point?
Yeah, there was one where
it.
they turned fucking Mechagodzilla into a city.
Oh no, that was I watched that one. There was a lot of stuff that could have been a lot cooler in there, but man, the dialogue drove me nuts. Same thing with Singularity Point. Like, why did you try to turn this Godzilla movie into a fucking calculus problem? I don't get it. Like, there's just too much of this. Like, well, this is alternate reality flux. Like, I don't care. The human cast is never the reason I watch a Godzilla movie. I want to watch the monsters fight.
I want to watch the giant breathing dinosaur lizard looking motherfucker.
I mean, it was cool. They showed like Godzilla, evolving and such, and before he became like a full on, Godzilla in that. But outside of that, it was like, dude, this dialogue is just terrible. Yeah, I would love to see a solid Ghost Rider movie finally.
And I have the perfect person they should cast for Ghost Rider, Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
All he'd have to do is basically play Daryl Dixon, and that's it.
I love
Age.
I really do, but
well,
man,
he is in his mid-50s, but he still looks great.
Yeah, see, well, I would want someone for like a longer amount of time. Like, get someone that's mid-30s. Like, I mean, honestly, like Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy, Pacific Rim. He wouldn't be bad. Actually, I mean, with the blonde hair and shit, he looks like Johnny Blaze. Or, I mean, the cool thing with, Ghost Riders, you can switch off people. There's been multiple, people that have been the host of the Ghost Rider, like Dan Ketch. So, I mean, once...
Wasn't there 2 movies that they did?
Yeah, no, they weren't good. They were the
I think I remember watching the first one. I thought it was... like okay, but then again, I was still very young. I didn't know who Nicolas Cage was, and I'm like, oh, this guy's cool. And I watched his performance again. I'm like, this dude can be literally anywhere else. Like, this is the same dude that was in the fucking oh my god, Wicker Man, the Wicker Man remake. The bees, not the bees.
Oh
god.
That man has an
funny. You know what's funny with the bees? There's I play Gary's mod a lot, and I play Trouble in Terrorist Town, and there's literally a custom weapon in there called the Bee-nade. You throw it, and it explodes, and then, like, mechanical bees start flying and cut you up, and you literally hear oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! That's the funniest shit.
What was with 06 and terrible remakes? It's either that or the Omen remake. I don't know which is worse.
I never watched that one just because I didn't want to. I like the first. I mean, I even like the third Omen movie, but the first 2
it's
Omen
literally
movies
a shot-for-shot remake. It was like the Psycho remake.
Yeah, that was the Gus Van Sant one. Yeah. You can't mess with Psycho. Psycho's already perfect. Like, you can't. Like, do they really think that Vince Vaughn was going to outdo Anthony Perkins?
No, which is why they thought it was going to happen anyway.
Wasn't even close.
Literally, the only thing they changed in that movie was that there was a masturbation scene. That was literally it.
Well, I mean, you know what? Fucking Norman Bates was already weird enough without that.
Yeah, true.
You know, the whole thing is like he has this semi-calm exterior, but you know he's weird and shit like that. You're kind of ruining that if you spoil it. He's like a bigger creep, because that's the whole lead-in. Like, he seems like a very nice person. Like, it's always the quiet ones. But yeah, underneath it all, fucking Anthony Perkins was fucking, you know, his character was a monster.
It's like that quiet kid at school, and then you realize, oh, there's a reason why this kid, yeah, no, I don't want to go further with that joke.
But I was going to say with Thor 5, I say it's going to be better than Love and Thunder. Well, because Taika Waititi's not coming back. So they're going to get a new director. And pretty much we got an idea of what the story's going to be. Thor versus Zeus and Hercules.
Yeah, I mean, Hercules has always been like replacement Thor in the team when it came down to the adventure. Like, yeah, he's strong. He's strong as shit. And he's an excellent fighter.
Fight, yep.
I mean, he's stood and fucking banged with the fucking Hulk. You know, like, you know, the other heavyweights do the Thing and all that shit. But he's not nearly as cool as Thor. I know. I do wonder because this would be such a big story to pull off. Thor, Battle of the Gods, where Thor has to fight all the gods. He's gonna need some fucking help. So my question is, what other characters would you have team up with Thor to fight Zeus, Hercules, and other gods? Adam Warlock.
That aren't doing anything right now. Yeah, Adam Warlock would be one. Doctor Strange.
Well, Doctor Strange probably could help. I mean, like, he could get him to other dimensions if he needed to go.
I thought Doctor Strange was a bad guy.
Doctor Strange? No, he's always been a hero. He's Earth's defender of the for the mystical realm.
Yep.
Oh,
Master of the mystic arts.
He's like kind of a linchpin character in the Marvel universe. Like, anything supernatural kind of goes through him. He's like the first line of defense. And generally, like, a really good one. He's also a member of the Illuminati too, like the the big heads of Marvel, like with fucking Professor Xavier, Iron Man,
Stark, Reed Richards.
Yep.
T'Challa.
Yep. Namor's a dick.
I mean, would you get like the original like Avengers like superheroes? You know. Captain America.
Well, Cap's kind of old right now.
Yeah.
True. But I mean, like Adam Warlock,
try to go for a stretch
Doctor
though,
Strange.
and maybe go for like DC though, or do you think that would be too much of a stretch?
Wait, what?
I doubt we would ever get a Marvel DC crossover film ever.
Oh no, dude, the collective bargaining on that would be a nightmare, because you'd have characters owned by Disney, owned by Sony, and then owned by Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Sony can literally own everything if they wanted to at this point. So
not Disney. Disney could buy Sony. Disney could buy Sony like right now.
Oh wait, did I say Sony? I meant to say Disney.
You meant to say Disney. Yeah.
I mean, no, Disney's got plenty of money. I mean, yeah, there you go. Actually, Black Bolt. I mean, introduced the Inhumans.
Ricky, get your ass in here. Been waiting on you, bub.
Yeah, you stowaway.
Yeah, there's plenty of Inhumans to introduce there. I mean, they did some with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that really bad Inhumans TV movie. But this would be a good chance to rebrand them. Because, I mean, Black Bolt's a heavy hitter, too.
Yeah.
He could send you flying across the planet with one word.
Yes, he could. But yeah, like other hero characters that could team up with Thor in the fifth one, Adam Warlock, Doctor Strange.
Quicksilver?
Well, he's dead right now.
Oh.
One version.
Again, that goes to show you how much I really pay attention.
Yeah.
Maybe bring back the White Vision.
Yeah, White Vision. Maybe Hulk could team up with Thor again.
Hulk, yeah.
Why not?
I mean, they introduced the Eternals too. You can get some Eternals in there. I mean,
yeah. Well, I try and sweep that movie under the rug.
That one was all right. I didn't have like it wasn't
needlessly
great.
long.
Well, I mean
It was
that could
such
be
a
said for a
random
lot of
ass film.
Marvel movies.
But to be the second longest behind Endgame, nah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely stuff that seems like it was padding, but I mean, overall, it's a tough one to market because none of those
Cersei
characters
would probably be the one eternal character I would want to see come back in anything. Well, if they can bring Icarus back and bring Richard Madden back, I would like that, but I don't think they're ever.
I mean, Cersei, she was an Avenger for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones were, well, mostly they were just kind of in their own comic. It wasn't like a huge comic, but you know, it had its fan base. I think that was probably something that was better served as like a mini series to test out the characters' marketability, just because they're not well known. You know, none of them were. I mean, granted, they had some cool stories, like the guy that was the inventor, like how he helped create the fucking atom bomb, and seeing him in the fucking shell, like, oh, dude, that's dark. Holy shit.
That was a dark moment in the movie.
That was honestly, I was like, dude, that's man, like, how do you live with that? Especially knowing you could live forever. Oof.
Somebody said Moon Ghost. I have no idea who that is.
I don't know about Moon Ghost.
I don't know.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight would be a good. Actually, there we go. Moon Knight team up with Thor to fight Zeus and Hercules. There we go. And oh my God, could you imagine the comedy between the two?
Oh, well, 3.
Especially, well, 4 technically.
Well, was there a 4th personality? We're talking about 3 personalities.
No, I was counting Thor and the 3 personalities.
Oh, well, okay. Oh, yeah. Because
Mark Spector, Richard Grant, and Jake Lockley.
Yeah. I'd want to keep fucking Mark pretty much. Like, we just let's keep Mark. Mark seems, I mean, he's not like super stable, but he's more stable. More
stable than Jake or
Jake will just murder everyone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like the way Moon Knight ended.
Might murder some of them.
Yeah, or at least beat the shit out of them, while Richard would just probably talk you to death.
Yeah, no, Moon Knight was good. I really liked Moon Knight.
Oh, yeah. Hell, out of all the Disney Plus shows, the only ones that I would say were like insanely incredible were Loki, Hawkeye, and Moon Knight. WandaVision was fun.
WandaVision I really liked.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was good. What If Season 1 was pretty fun. I actually can't wait for Season 2.
Yeah. you know that Chuck Billy he had got vocal casting in that. Yeah. And What If? 2? Yeah, Doctor Strange. All the demonic roars you hear, they're coming from the other Doctor Strange, the evil one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I checked it on IMDb because I was trying to figure out who were doing the extra voices. And it came up like Chuck Billy. No. Really? Clicked on it. Like, no. Chuck Billy? It's Chuck Billy from Testament. And honestly, when I heard the growl, I was like, oh, that is Chuck Billy. Holy shit, he's in the Marvel Universe.
I'll have to rewatch that back because it's been a while since I've watched What If.
It's when the 2 Doctor Stranges are fighting.
Yep.
Yeah, What If was really good. The Doctor Strange one was probably the darkest one, but
probably the darkest thing they've done in the whole MCU was that one episode. Like, holy shit! I watched that at work when it came out with my coworker Brenda, and she cried at the end.
Yeah, fucking.
Wait, what is the What If? What
basically like what if this happened in this movie instead of what actually happened? Like, I would say next to the Doctor Strange one, the next darkest was the what if Ultron beat the Avengers episode.
Yeah,
that was dark.
Dude, it's fucking he lasered in half Thanos like in a split second. Like, oh, look at that.
And then steals the stones and just destroys the universe.
And takes on Uatu.
Mm-hmm.
And this is on Disney Plus, right?
Yep. I mean, Disney, I think, is going to continue to branch out in terms of like darker stuff, just because. I mean, well, there's going to be a new Alien movie next year, it looks like, and I don't think
Alien movie.
I don't think Ridley Scott is directing it. It is someone else, but Ridley Scott is like executive producer, I believe. So he's going to be overseeing the entire thing. But from what I've seen, that he absolutely loves the script and the direction of this. Like, I wasn't a big fan of Covenant, but it'll be weird having a rated R movie under the Disney banner, technically. And then whenever Deadpool comes out, that's still going to be rated R.
Oh yeah,
because they know that's a good fucking rated R property.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which I
can't wait for Deadpool 3.
I would have absolutely loved to see them do a script of the Alien Isolation game. I would die to see that because that looks so fucking good.
I think they'd probably have to wait until you're a little bit more far removed from the game because the game's still relatively fresh.
It came out, in 2014? So it's been about 10 years since it came out.
Hell, we just got Five Nights at Freddy's movie, and that game was out in 2014.
5 years too late. Jesus Christ.
I watched Kamikaze's review on it, and I about pissed myself laughing a lot of times.
Didn't there have that Nicolas Cage movie?
No, that's Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, that's essentially Five Nights at Freddy's.
That was the Five Nights spin-off, and I even heard people say that was better than the actual Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
Well, he didn't say anything. All he did was drink like cans of purple fucking soda and grunt and kick the crap out of shit.
But shit, I completely forgot what I was going to say now.
We'll do it. You figure out. I'm gonna go grab a pop and grab a smoke. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And hopefully Ricky will be here pretty soon. But man, I was gonna say because I seen the rumored list of episodes for What If Season 2, and some of them are really weird. Like, what if the Tesseract landed during the colonization of America in 1602 with the Indians and the colonials and shit like that? It's like, that's kind of an odd concept, but it should.
What if my dad isn't actually the dad?
I honestly didn't know what the fuck he just said.
Oh, I said, what if my father wasn't actually the father? Maury?
Is that supposed to be an immolation joke?
Father, you're not a father. Oh, the lyrics are just the best on that one.
But since I almost forgot about this, here's the album I was talking about. Mithras Forever Advancing Legions.
I thought for a hot second that was In Torment in Hell by Deicide for a hot second. Because of the
layout's a little
the layout.
But no, check it out on YouTube pretty soon because it is proper Morbid Angel worship.
When did that come out?
2002.
Oh, okay.
Literally, the song "Wrath of God" on here sounds like part 2 of "Where Does Slime Live."
Ooh, okay.
Because it's got a similar groove and riffs. But then you get to a song like Tomb of Kings. It's so covenant worship. Holy shit. But then again, this whole album, even the interlude tracks are really interesting because they get ambient on the interludes. The opening title track is essentially a Battle of Caesar type of ambient track. And other killer songs on here, As the Wind Blows, Dreaming in Splendor, Arena Sands, where you get actual arena chanting in it, almost as if it's a wrestling event. But the fucking twisted riffs on there, you can definitely tell those guitar players are so into Triassic Tooth.
Azagoth, yeah.
But
another quick question: have you ever got a chance to reach out to Samantha from Frozen Soul?
I actually haven't yet. I think it's still gonna be a while because I think Frozen Soul's touring right now, so it's probably gonna be a while.
Because I was listening to the top 10 Metal Blade Records bands list that I was involved with, and you were talking about all those interviews with John McEntee.
Which I assume I'm still gonna still do that. I just got to get a hold of him on Instagram and figure out a good time.
Well,
that will eventually happen.
They just came out with an album, so
I'll have to keep an eye on their tour dates and see when they would be done touring for a while, and then see if I can work that out. But I know eventually I want to try and get to interview Freddie, the drummer of Blood Red Throne, and then hopefully get to interview Daniel, the only guy that's been on every album.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe even interview the new frontman that they got since Bolt's gone from the band after we had him on the show. But yeah, we had Gunner, we had Meat Hook, and we had Bolt. Finally!
Hey!
Took you long enough.
Stowaways
and
here.
yet nobody else needed a key.
Nah, it just took me a while and then my laptop decided to go upgrade.
Oh, update, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Your what?
Laptop.
Oh,
yeah, decided to go upgrade on me. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
I hate Windows 10 and 11 so much.
Mm.
If only I still had Windows 7, I could turn off updating. No, these you have to update, and it's.
Is it just me or I cannot see Boss because then I cannot see him.
God damn it! I feel like that's happened to me.
Because I can see Levi, I can't see Boss.
And you can see Nick's background.
Yes, that I can.
Which he'll be back soon.
Mm-hmm.
Here, if you want, I can leave and I can join back.
Yeah,
try it. But work was a bitch, and then like I said, I was like, oh, maybe I have time, and then we have a cold front literally just hit right now, so that happened. But yeah, there you go, your pretty little face.
I don't know what's so pretty about whatever the fuck I'm growing on here, but I mean, you do you, buddy boo.
I mean, you're a ginger, you don't have
electric
no
boogaloo.
Boobaloo.
Boog.
Yeah, but I am hell of excited. Maiden announced a tour for next year coming to San Antonio, and I'm gonna fucking go.
Oh, the Future Past tour.
Yes, second time I have the opportunity to see Maiden. Hey, Nick.
So,
and I still wish that tour had a Cincinnati or Columbus
I
date.
know. I saw the tour that I was like, please be a tour near Levi. Please, a tour near.
No such luck.
I think the closest one is actually I have the tour dates right here. The closest one for you,
Pittsburgh, and I'm not going to fucking Pittsburgh. Not happening.
You're not going to Yinzertown?
Fuck that. No.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe, but I can't stand the Steelers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pittsburgh, Massachusetts. I don't think so. That's way far. And then there's Baltimore. There's Charlotte, which it's already. And it's funny. They're actually doing 2 dates just in Texas. Last time they did a tour, they did 3. But they're doing them.
I'm still upset. I almost got to see Maiden for my birthday 4 years ago, and I go to look for tickets, and they were sold out. So I'm like, yuck.
Tickets are
and it would have been at the same venue that I saw Megadeth last year too.
The tickets are gonna start going on sale Friday, but I signed up for the venue to get the pre-sale for Thursday. So depending on the price, which Maiden tickets aren't that expensive, the cheapest.
I wouldn't bank on that, dude.
I mean, I don't know. When I saw Maiden for the first time, I think I spent like 70.
I mean, it depends. The service charges come in there too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm still gonna check, and I'm still gonna fucking go. I don't care. It's fucking made it.
And I keep looking for like any shows coming up in the Columbus or Cincinnati area, and so far, nothing.
Yeah,
You got bands in town?
I don't have an account. I could
download the app, Bands in Town, man. You could fucking just punch in a band, see if they're on tour in your area.
I know Metallica's coming somewhere in the, I think, St. Louis area, but they're touring with like fucking Five Finger
Cousin
Duck
Fuck.
Punch.
Cousin Fuck.
Yeah, and
Man,
I'm like, I mean, look,
that's one of the concerts I wish I could have gone in Dallas for the 2 days, you know, but I couldn't get tickets. I wasn't fast enough to get the tickets.
Yeah,
if I never get to see Maiden, I at least got to saw Priest. That's all I'm happy.
Right.
And I haven't seen. I would love to see Priest, and Priest was supposed to be my first concert, but my parents didn't let me go for my 18th birthday.
Well, they might tour again.
I hope if they tour again, I'm gonna fucking go because I.
If they have another show at the Brady Music Center that they opened up just 2 years ago in Cincinnati, I'll fucking go see Priest because they went there. I can't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago where Queensryche played with them.
I think it was
probably last year because Queensryche opened up for them when I saw them.
Yeah, they played Detroit.
Yeah,
I missed that one.
And of course, Cannibal comes back. I'm gonna see him again. I'm on a fucking mission to meet everyone else from Cannibal. Now,
yeah, Nick, this guy Ricky got to meet Alex Webster and Nick LeMay, which I'm jealous.
Yeah, Luke's apparently just like super fucking cool, super social.
Oh, he is, and actually, and I told the guys the story that I actually met him before, like literally when the doors opened, he was heading up, like, hey, nice to meet you, you know, and all that. And then when I talked to him after the show, I asked him how he likes San Antonio. Like, yeah, last time we were here, Metallica was playing, and they were playing, and like 2 people when they came to that show. Then he gave and get paid.
Man, I don't know. I've only seen Gorguts once. It was when they opened up for Carcass back in 2013, maybe. It was Carcass, Black Dahlia Murder, Gorguts, and Noisem. And yeah, solid show. Yeah, they played. They were playing mostly stuff off of the last full length. I can't think of it.
Colored Sands.
Colored Sands. There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, which is the one album that I bought, and he was actually signed.
I think he might have had Chewy from Voivod with him on that one. Dan Mongrain, which that dude is an incredible guitarist. But yeah, that was I might have actually shook Luke LeMay's hand while he was at his booth, but it was like so damn long ago.
Yeah, and then of course after that, he said he's working on new stuff.
Yep.
So it's about time.
It's been over a decade. It's been over 10 years.
Well, they're notorious for long waits between albums here lately.
I mean,
they're basically 2.
No, 2 took it too fucking far. 2 almost 15 years, which was worth the wait, but 15 years, man, that's way too long.
I don't know. I mean, as long as he's getting back out there and doing it, I've seen tons of live footage of.
Yeah, the one concert I wanted to go next year, but I couldn't get the fucking tickets was the Crosses tour. I couldn't get fucking tickets.
For Crosses, like Jim Moreno band?
Yeah.
Dude, that new album's fucking awesome.
I love that album so much.
They were selling that at the record store. I mean, I would have probably bought it just for the hell of it, but
it's actually.
I haven't heard it.
I mean, if you're a person kind of like, I mean, it ain't metal. I'm telling you that.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's
not. If you
not.
like dark wave, synth wave, dark pop, like the good ass pop, you're gonna enjoy it.
That's some good ass pop.
It's like modern Depeche Mode, except Chino's on vocals instead of David Gahan.
Yeah,
it's really good. I fucking love it. Well, there's been a couple of like not necessarily metal releases that have been really good that I've jammed. Like, I mean, Kvelertak is kind of metal, but they're kind of
black and roll.
But I mean, there's just like a lot of like classic heavy metal in there, classic rock, punk. They're kind of whatever the hell they want to be, and that's perfectly fine because, as far as I'm concerned, their batting average is pretty much perfect because this new one's absolutely fucking killer once again. Can't tell you what they're saying because it's all in Norwegian still. But
oh god,
yeah, it'll be difficult saying songs I like because like this one's Dog and Fleur track 3.
Chugging McBurger.
But yeah, they're fucking awesome. They're just riffs,
Yeah.
and those guys know how to utilize a 3 guitar attack so well. Like there's a lot of bands out there where I don't think it's necessarily justified. Yeah, I'm gonna say Iron Maiden a little bit here.
Whitechapel.
But yeah, Whitechapel. I mean, yeah, they just like we'll just double up on the heavy chugs. Like, fine.
Suicide Silence. Any
They
other
have 3 guitarists? I think they only have 2.
At the beginning, they had 2. I think they had 2. I don't know later on.
Chris Garza and the other guy. But yeah, like Tech knows how to utilize that in terms of like layering melodies. Like they'll have like a cool like guitar harmony underneath it with like a atmospheric tremolo on top. Like they really just do a great job with that.
Actually, there is one more band that does the 3 guitar attack pretty well. In Mourning. I forgot about In Mourning. They do it really well. Like the main frontman, Tobias, he's only doing like the clean melodies mostly in the background, but he's mostly just singing. Yeah, that's another one.
Well, I mean, they're a prog band too. You figure.
Honestly, with Suicide Silence, I'm just going to say the first 3 albums with Mitch are probably my favorites. The rest,
I liked the last one, because it was definitely a little bit more on the death metal side. Like it's got solid riffs. There's good breakdowns on it. I'm not like I know it's like taboo to say this in the deathcore community. I wasn't the biggest fan of Mitch, just in terms of his vocals. I didn't think he was all that. And I saw him once with Mitch. They opened up for Carcass, and they were terrible. They were awful live. Like the sound was bad. They seemed like they were just off all night. Like I know every band can have an off night, but they were bad. And I mean, it didn't help that I think right before them was Psychroptic, and they were like the definition of tightness live.
Oh yeah.
Is it tighter than Chipmunk's butthole?
Yeah, sometimes some bands live, like they're loud, but they're like too fucking loud, Like I think sometimes the bass is way too louder than the guitar. Like I've had that happen. Like with Blood Incantation, I think the bass was louder than the fucking drums. Honestly.
I've seen Blood Incantation twice. I didn't see him on this tour, unfortunately, but their set I saw they played with Primitive Man, which is horrifying to listen to live. It is the heaviest thing you will probably experience. It's honestly kind of terrifying in a way.
Here's to the point, which is something that I kind of realized, that literally like 2 days after the concert, after the week, my head started to hurt so much that even like standing up, my head started to like move.
Vertigo. You were witnessing vertigo.
I was witnessing vertigo, but I was like, and I went to the doctor. And I was like, hey, doc, I need something. Like, can you check me up? Maybe I have something with my heart. I'm like, no, your heart's good. You don't have high blood pressure. You're good on that. Like, did you go somewhere in the past couple of weeks? Oh, went to a concert. It was like, did you wear earplugs? No. That's why. Because so much. Besides, I fucking headbanged so much in Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, yeah.
So, which I'm not fucking regretting it. But the aftermath was like, my God.
I mean, dude, you're trying to headbang against Corpse Grinder to do it with the thickest neck on planet Earth.
I tried my fucking best. He was like, I win, motherfuckers, 53 years old, and I kicked all of your motherfucking asses.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like
Something he would say.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude.
yeah.
He's a fucking hilarious front man.
Oh yeah, after the show, he was dancing around, throwing out the set list, just goofing around. I'm just happy that I fucking met Alex,
I met Alex Webster back in 2006. Super fucking nice dude. God, that dude is so fucking smart.
Yeah, super fucking nice. Super nice.
Webster Dictionary, anyone?
Yep, pretty much. And dude, an amazing fucking bass player. Like it's ridiculous how good he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice dude, just solid. Yeah.
If you ever get to meet Corpse Grinder, ask him about the Alliance.
Oh, I know. I know about his.
Everyone was like, "Fuck the Alliance." Fuck the Alliance.
We're all for the
big
horde.
fucking nerds.
Oh, and during the Mayhem set, after the Mayhem set, Hellhammer was throwing his sticks, and the two guys on the right of me grabbed his stick, and they were fighting over it. And in the middle, there was this petite little, I want to say 20-year-old girl, so fucking tiny that they were squishing her to literally suffocation. And I'm like, I ain't getting involved in this shit, to the point that one of the guards took the stick from both of the guys and gave it to the girl.
Good on the guard.
Yeah, and I told him, hey, at least you got to touch Hellhammer's stick.
Giggity.
There was when we
That is also sexual.
That was also sexual.
When we saw Deicide years ago. Actually, it was one of the first bigger shows we hit after the COVID restrictions lift. We saw Deicide in Detroit, and that place was fucking packed. And it was August, and it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And Deicide was tearing it up. There came a point where Glenn was just tired of the light being directly in his face, so he got up and was like, fucking move that. And everyone's like, fuck that light. Fuck that light. All right, we're going to play some more songs. And play a couple more songs, and he was tossing out bass picks, and he looked down the crowd and was just looking at this dude like, why are you trying to steal it from him? It was already in his pocket. Were you fucking retarded?
Yeah.
Glenn he's very warm on stage.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine, but oh man! And then during the Cannibal set, my God, crowd surfer after crowd surfer after crowd surfer after motherfucking crowd surfer.
And I'm disappointed none of them were wearing hot dog costumes.
One of them was wearing a teddy bear costume. And during the Mayhem set, during the Death Crush songs, I got fucking hit right here.
Yeah,
from a crowd surfer.
That's why I don't go up front.
Yeah. And during the Cannibal set, the guy on the left of me, he got hit hard on the fucking neck. Like the bone that connects sort of I don't know which bone it is, but he said man, I don't feel fucking good. He started to almost wanted to cry. He stood like a champ, but I think close to the end, he was like, nah, man, I can't. He left. Literally 4 songs.
He could have suffered a stinger.
Yeah, he literally jumped up the rail because we were at the very fucking front, and he just left, man. 4 songs before the Cannibals ended. I was like, man.
Nick, didn't you say you suffered vertigo while you watched Motorhead or something like that?
It was the single loudest thing I think I've ever heard at a show. There was some feedback from Lemmy's bass, and it hit both Noon and I fucking hard. I had to catch myself from falling. Our buddy who we were with, our buddy Leon, he was wearing earplugs, and he just looked over at us like, "You guys okay?"
I think I might have to buy earplugs now, just in case. But I should have bought earplugs to that fucking show because I was Mayhem and Cannibal.
I will say, whenever I saw Gojira and Mastodon a couple months ago, I had my earplugs in for Gojira, but then after a bit with Mastodon, I would pull the earplugs out just a little bit to get a clear sound. But then I just took them off because it really wasn't loud at all. But then again, it was outdoors. So
yeah, that's the thing. If it's an outdoor show, you don't get that much impact. But when it's an indoor show,
eventually I'm going to an indoor show, and that's definitely where I'll probably feel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
especially if you're at the front.
I've only worn earplugs at a couple of shows. I probably should wear more, but one I was just warned about, the band Whores out of Georgia. Great, like it's Melvin's Worship. It's so damn
Sludgy.
loud, dude. This dude gets like the most unreal tone out of a fucking telly, and it is painfully heavy. But those dudes are awesome. Like they're incredible live. But yeah, I had to wear earplugs for that. I was like, my brother-in-law said, listen, like the dB level is going to be fucking insane. And then Nails. When I saw him the second time, that first Nails show, we saw him with Gate Creeper and Toxic Holocaust. Yeah, it was right when they were touring on "You'll Never Be One of Us." Fuck, dude, that was insanely loud. Like they take that HM2 thing to the absolute max, and I had tinnitus for like 2 days. Oh, it was bad. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, there's other ones I probably should have worn at. Like when I saw Meshuggah the last time, it was the last tour ever for Torch, and I've been a Torch fan for fucking years. Yeah, Torch decided to hang it up. The main guy behind it, he's leaving Florida. He's moving out to Oregon. The rest of the band's based in Florida, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna start a new life out there. I'm tired of Florida. It's like, yeah, no, I get it. But
tired of the alligators and the weird ass Florida people
and the Florida man.
Just Florida's
great metal scene, Florida. But a lot of weird fucking people.
they got terrible drivers.
Oh well, they're kind of against reading here lately, I think. But it's not a lot going on down in Florida. But yeah, they decided to go all out on this last tour with Meshuggah, and my brother-in-law's watch actually calculates dBs, and oh yeah, he was like, we were like rocking along the fucking Torch, and they were fucking loud. My God, they were great. But he was like, dude, look, 106 decibels.
Oh God,
they were louder than Meshuggah and Converge.
That's
possibly combined.
Hundreds. That's almost close to a motherfucking heart attack.
Yeah, it was insane. I mean, they have this. I mean, if you ever listen to Torch, like it's like sludge and stoner doom. It's a heavy droned tone, and it is thicker than everything. Like it is absolutely insane. But the interesting thing is they play a lot of major chord based stuff. It's like poppy Melvins. So like if you stripped off that layer of ungodly distortion, you would hear something that might even sound like a Foo Fighter song.
Oh.
Yeah, the band's super underrated. I was really bummed that they were breaking up, but it was cool to finally see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when Converge came on, it felt like nothing, and it definitely wasn't. But yeah.
I Feel Nothing?
No, they don't do that song. They did Jane Doe though. They played Jane Doe live.
Oh, I need to get that album. I've been meaning to get Converge. Eventually.
Oh, dude, that's where I started, and that's the album that made me a fan, and I picked up pretty much every album since.
I hope next year we get more tours, like bands haven't toured in a while. Like I would love Primordial to come to the States after a long ass time. I hope Agalog does a fucking tour, like an actual tour.
Well, they got a reunion show. We'll see how that goes. That would be awesome. I didn't get a chance to see Agalog while they were still around.
I would like to see Agalog too.
I'd love to see Candlemass live. I'm such a Candlemass whore. It's not even funny. Oh God damn it!
Who else could be touring next year? I know for sure Rotting Christ releasing a new album next year. I hope Rotting Christ and Insomnium tour together. That way they can sing White Christ, because I love that song so much from the annual 1696.
I mean, they might.
That was a good album. That was a really good album.
Well, they have an EP coming out soon too.
Who else could be?
I would love to see if Immolation does another U.S. tour next year. Please have a Columbus or Cincinnati date.
I mean, they're coming to San Antonio. with
the
Carol,
cattle decap shows and coming there when
Carol
like Columbus.
Decap, Swinging Sigabob, and which one?
Sangwa SpongeBob.
Santa Sugar Bomb.
Shish kebab.
Shish kebab.
Sanga Suckamom. Wait, what?
Suck your mom.
Yeah, no, I'm going to see that one in Detroit. I got the 4th or the 5th of December. And then
As soon as I was looking at them dates and I saw there was no Columbus or Cincinnati show, I'm like, motherfucker.
I mean, what is it with bands that are going to Columbus or near, like Archer? Like, I'm sorry, man, but I don't know what's with Archer, them not going to Portugal. Like, my God, man, like, he's been complaining for the longest time that like a band like Moonspell, which are from Portuguese, they don't fucking make a Portuguese tour. You know, a band like Rammstein. Well, Rammstein did kind of tour around Portugal, but not really. But
well, I mean, there's not a lot of huge stops to be made. I mean, you can hit Libsyn.
yeah, it's the only place.
I mean,
And Archer's from there, so.
So when Sepultura does their new album next year, I really hope they have a state, at least Midwest. By highlight, I highly doubt that. But I would love to see Sepultura live.
It's because sometimes some bands, like with Possess, I wish I could have seen them when they came to San Antonio. Now they're touring the West. So it depends. Like, yeah, they might tour the East and next tour the West and then the Midwest.
Yeah.
It just depends. Depends on also the promoters. Like, are they willing to pay?
Well, I mean, there's also like radius clauses and shit like that and contracts. It's more complicated than it seems, but no, we saw Possessed on that tour with ADATA, and I mean, Possessed was, I mean, all right, but mostly Jeff just sounded worn out, and I know he was partying up on that tour. Like, if you follow his Facebook,
Instagram,
oh yeah, he was partying up.
I mean, I have him on Facebook. Yeah, I have friends with him on Facebook, so yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, no, I saw all the as my friend calls it, his horny posts, like just shake some of stuff, and he was buying like bottles of fucking liquor and shit from behind the bar. Like, he was, I mean, dude, I get it. Like, he'd been fucking laid up for so long. He had the fucking flap surgery. He had battled some other illnesses. Once
with the eye.
he got loose, he was loose.
I mean, the dude's been through so much shit his entire life. I mean, the dude was paralyzed basically. So
not basically, was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man.
I mean, hell, I remember seeing an Instagram video where he was at a local doctor and they were trying to like give him the War Machine treatment with the mechanical legs so he could walk again. And so he's like slowly trying to walk again, which is like,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope. Can you imagine him coming out with those War Machine legs, playing
mechanical
bass
legs
again,
and
playing bass
while singing again?
I think grown men will legit cry if that.
Oh yeah, everybody would probably cry if they saw him walking with those legs and playing bass and singing at the same time like he used to.
Like his recovery,
because he, if you watch him like when he's sitting and playing, damn good bass player, like super underrated.
It kind of like his recovery. This was like another kind of sad example, but his recovery kind of reminded me of how Draws for Ricky and Levi, how Draws was starting to recover a little bit from his paralyzation, but unfortunately, Draws is no longer with us. But both how they went was so fucking tragic.
I mean, with Possess, I'm pretty sure next year we're gonna get an album. I hope we get another album.
We probably will.
That would be my guess. I think they're working on some stuff. They didn't play anything new when we saw them. They're short. Their set was short because Oeda's was really long. Like,
I mean, Owada, yeah, amazing.
Well, every song is like fucking 20 minutes long.
I still need to listen to that new album because eventually in December I'm gonna make a video of like the 10 albums I missed reviewing that I have to listen to.
Like Bellwitch.
Just 10?
Yeah, because I've listened to a fuck ton this year, man. I think
Oh.
this is the most I've listened to in a single year.
That's
I
the
mean,
most.
holy
This
crap.
year's been the most albums I've listened to. I think I've listened to what, over 20 albums.
And
All of them
some I
thought were
missed,
good.
and some I missed because of vacations and stuff like that.
I
Like
mean,
this
that's
coming
because I'm just
weekend, I'm
pure
going to be
fucking
missing
lazy.
a bunch.
well,
But
I mean, you can still listen to them. You know, I mean, you got headphones, you can still jam them. But I mean,
Yeah.
like this year has just been insane with releases, like stacked, like
mhm.
Yeah.
pretty much like from late August on has just been release after release
I mean,
after release.
honestly, like I was looking back to like later, like back in the day releases, and
Back
ever
in my
since,
day.
ever since I think 2015, 2016, we've been getting like every year's like better and better and better. I mean, because 2013, let's be honest, was like one of the worst years.
It was so.
I mean,
Well, I mean, really, the only bad things about
Mhm.
2013 was the Megadeth album, the fake Queensryche album,
Fakes right.
the fucking Five Finger Cousin fuck bullshit.
That's any album.
That was really the only like truly horrible things about the year. But I thought 2013 was awesome because you had comebacks albums from Gorguts, Carcass. Children of Bodom released something that was awesome for the first time in a while.
Sodom's Epitome of Torture was great.
The fucking Jason Newsted solo album was incredible, and I wish he would make a new one since that band's back together.
Yeah.
And do another album because I thought heavy metal music was fucking killer.
Saxon released an album that was really damn good too.
But in terms of the 20
Pinnacle of Bedlam, Suffocation, 2013.
But in terms
that was
of the 2010s, the best year,
I'd argue 2018.
I would
That's a
argue
tough one.
2016.
2016 was
I thought
good
was
too.
Incredible.
I'm pretty sure it's like quality stuff.
2016 was the year of thrash. 2017 was
Death metal.
2018
was like the year of weird.
2018 because that's when Love Your Darkest came out. 2019 was
kind of like all over the map.
Yeah, because you had
honestly.
Cattle come out, you had Swallow Sun, you had
Candlemass.
Candlemass,
Candlemass had a phenomenal album.
you had
Nile.
Insomnium, Borknagar,
Your dog? Bork your dog.
and of course 2014, The Cygnus,
Redeemer of Souls. That's a great album,
And
Levi.
World Reality.
yeah.
Boss, do you want me to punch your lights out?
Probably will. I have it coming.
But yeah, At the Gates return 2014. My personal favorite album of that year was Accept Blind Rage. That was such an incredible album.
God, that was so big.
Again, pretty much everything Accept has done since 2010 has been awesome. Like probably the biggest surprise of the 2010s was the out of nowhere comeback of Accept, releasing banger after banger after banger.
Wasn't
Banger!
And then we might get a new album from them next year as well.
Didn't Surgical Steel come out in the 2013?
2013.
Yeah.
Which I still say was the best album of the decade, even better than The Satanist. Sorry, Ricky.
At War with Reality by At the Gates. That was a comeback album.
Yeah,
That was a really good
2014.
comeback album.
My God.
Damn good one, too.
Um,
And speaking of bands I wish would release a new album, I am so desperately wanting a new Triptychon album, man.
it's gonna happen.
Especially with
eventually.
Hannes Grossman on drums now. It's like, come on.
Grossman.
I want a new Triptychon. It's been 9 years, almost 10 years.
It's gonna happen.
It needs to happen.
It will happen. It shall happen.
But,
I mean,
but real quick,
if
Ricky, I showed what the fuck happened there.
Ooh,
I showed Boss and Nick this. I finally got around to watching this last night. new Metal
Oh
Apocalypse
yeah, I
movie.
loved it. I loved them. I loved it. Fucking good. So
Hi. What?
question: what's the poster? Because I didn't know what the poster was.
That's the cover.
I thought it was something else.
Yeah. No, well, I think it's got like something. I don't know. Does it have something different on the back? But it's the movie poster, like the cover.
It's just the death lights.
Yeah. And a part of me is like, please give us more Metalocalypse. Please.
I mean, they say it's the end of the show, but I feel like they kind of left it ambiguous. Like maybe they could do more seasons.
Because there's some stuff that I haven't really solved. Not really. Yeah. I mean, of course, like the main storyline is finally over.
Yeah, with Celeste, yeah.
Yeah. They could still, like, I don't know, continue somehow.
But they would have to create a new story arc overall.
Maybe they could. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the disciples of Lucidia trying to get revenge on the Metalocalypse on Death Clock. I don't know. Too basic, but they could stretch it out.
Or just turn into like SpongeBob and just do whatever for the episodes. Just be goofy.
I'm looking at my stuff I got in 2013. There's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. I was trying to remember.
If we're gonna be honest, like 2020, like in terms of the pandemic came out,
it was still a good year.
It was still
a good year. Like
Necrophobic.
Testament,
Eternal Champion.
I honestly say Testament's album, Titans of Creation. That's my personal favorite album. I'm minority, but I just love that album.
I love that fucking. That's another band. I want a new Eternal Champion album. It's been now almost 3 years since.
A lot of the members in other bands. That's kind of like the.
Well, I mean, Jason Tarpey and Iron Age, and also Arthur Risk, busy with production, but still. I mean, hell, they just did. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but they did like this. Sometime this year, there was some like festival happening somewhere in Texas. Let me look it up. Texas, because it was like, what the fuck was the name of that damn festival? Yeah, because there was like some big. Or wait, is this it?
Is it the Rock-a-Rolla?
Yeah, this is it. No, it was last year, the Hell's Heroes Festival in Houston.
Yeah.
Hogan's Heroes?
Hell's Heroes.
Damn it, boss.
Strike 3, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so sick of this kid constantly ruining my day.
Down. You ruined my groove.
Jeez, what are you, my parents?
I'm sorry, but you opened.
I might as well be your father at this point.
Should have.
Hey, thank you for the Emperor's New Groove reference. But yeah, like Hell's Heroes. Like, if only there was like a festival like that here in Ohio, I would definitely go for a 2-day festival, like out in the middle of buckfuck nowhere, 2-3 day, what have you.
3 days.
Like Hell's Heroes last year, it was mostly like classic heavy metal bands or classic worship bands, but they had like Dark Angel headline one night with Candlemass, and the Eternal Champion was one of the penultimate bands.
That is something I want to do eventually, because it's in Houston.
Go to Hell's Heroes.
Hell, I
think this year's Hell's Heroes. I think Possessed did Hell's Heroes this year.
Yes, they did. Hell, go to a festival in general. Go to a festival. I've never been.
I've been talking in my own mind about wanting to do Full Terror Assault next year, since that's literally only like less than 6 hours from my house.
It's about 7-ish. I drive fast, but.
I am actually considering going to FTA next year.
Let's see what the lineup's all about. This, I guess they said this year was tamer, the one we went to, which I mean, it really wasn't that tame. But yeah, seeing I Am Morbid, yeah, that was amazing. Cavalera was fucking killer. Yeah, we ran into a whole bunch of people we fucking knew from just channel and shit. It was a blast. Man, that was the most inebriated crowd I've ever seen. It was pretty amazing. The amount of booze consumed and drugs consumed too. Oh yeah, it was amazing. Some of them were standing, some of them weren't. But
booze, drugs. Other
Just remember-
liquids.
Fair food too.
I'm just remembering the air sex competition. No, don't dance. Fuck.
Yeah. Like they look confused, like what? And like, no, you're fuck whatever, dude.
You
Purely
thrust, we watch.
Oh god, that just reminds me of
Everyone's
the
a voyeur.
fucking autopsy in Mary Ted Fest.
Yeah, someone brought that up in the comments for
There
the
was-
autopsy review.
During Severed Survival, which is my fucking favorite song from Autopsy of all bands. Autopsy?
Romance
Dude,
hits when
you're
romance
telling
hits.
me you're telling me you don't jack off to Exhume, dude. You're not metal.
Festival food's expensive.
I mean, if it was Behemoth, if it was like
I don't think it would have mattered what band it was. It still would have been weird.
I mean, if it was like a goth band, okay, you can make
If
the
Typo
argument.
Negative was, if Peter was still around.
Oh
that'd be
yes,
appropriate.
definitely. Typo is like the best.
Shred would do anything to see you come. I'd do anything to make you come.
I mean, that's dedication.
Like number one.
That's dedication.
Oh, God.
Dude, I'm telling you, you guys have some of the funniest fucking stories. I swear to God. I
Wait,
re-
Hey, believe me,
lived them.
boss. Believe me, boss. Whenever I met up with these guys and Nick, Joe, and I ate at that cafe, I swear
Oh,
I feel like Joe's humor rubbed off on me. Like I remember,
was
like
so
when we were
fucking
each
jealous, dude.
like when we were each counting up the money for our tips, and I said to Joe, "Just a tip." Oh, and we were like, "Oh."
I swear, I feel like Shred is like the weird.
The perverted fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
There's always an innuendo. There's always.
Oh,
Always one.
suffocate me, daddy. Suffocate me, daddy. I fucking love that.
Or I still laugh every time I watch back the band versus band video, and John's telling the story of Joe pulling his shorts down,
Fucking show me his butthole.
Or I don't shave my asshole, do I, John?
I saw his kidneys. And then here's Ray breathing in the summer moon.
Any story is a good story besides having the Ultra Madness number 6. Just saying.
Oh well, we also we got Joe kind of got himself back with the whole Clandenstein thing.
No,
Is that a horse?
It was
It's
like
a football team.
Clandenstein. No, clandestine. How do you say it again?
Clandestine.
Dude, I swear it would have been funnier if you just kept saying roll it, roll it, roll it.
Oh no! Like I left that pretty much entirely unedited in there. Like no, I'm leaving that in there. That's too many fuck ups in a row. Like,
or necrocracy,
Necrocracy.
or Miller going
That's the most
necrocracky,
John
necrocracky.
thing I've ever said.
Whatever,
Want a
fine.
cracker?
Nope.
Jesus, fucking train.
What the
Where did
hell
that
is
come
that?
from?
Fly off train.
Still like,
Or
shut up, phone.
yeah, that's me. I'd be going, shut up, phone.
Was it that during Horseman that your phone went quack? Shut up, phone.
No, that was Shadow Call. Whenever the second I mentioned WrestleMania 11, whack whack, shut up, phone.
But
Or
it
shut up,
happened.
duck.
It happened in Horseman one time, I think. I don't remember.
I can't remember. We've
I
done too
remember
many
the one
episodes for me to
time.
remember.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I was kind of going like in a little AEW tirade, and then I said Tony, and then here comes fucking Levi's phone saying, "You just made the list." I'm like,
Oh, I remember that.
that was good. That was a good one. Actually, I almost forgot. If there is one band that hasn't toured in the States yet that I want to see so bad. It's fucking Hellripper.
Of course,
Yes,
I'm like,
please.
obviously, for obvious reasons.
Dude, I cannot
I mean,
tell you.
he's practically like a brother to us now, Ricky.
I mean, and James has told us that he wants to, but you know, like
it's all about organizing and stuff and timing. If they come here to the States and they're playing Clemson, Cincinnati, I'm going.
If I were to guess, I think James might have 2025, 2026.
Maybe
2024.
Hell, by that point, we'd have a new album.
Can you imagine 2024 next year? Like, what? I doubt it, but
I'm still.
I mean, hell, I know. The upcoming 70,000 tons of metal Blood Red Throne's finally coming across the pond for the first time in years. If they could do a U.S. tour, that'd be sweet, and I can meet up. I can meet up with my buddies Hook and Gunner.
I'm still kicking myself in the ass for not being a part of James's interview. I almost cried because I'm like, fuck, dude, I had to do so much shit that day. Like, it was insane. He answered my question. I'm kind of happy about that, but I'm like, god damn it.
I think I may have said to you before, gotta get your priorities straight, man. You gotta get your priorities straight.
Listen here, motherfucker. I didn't pay for this shit.
What the fuck? Were you trying to... What voice was that?
I think that was his...
You sounded hold on. You sounded like a cross between the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket and John Laurinaitis.
I think that was his redneck kind of calling.
I don't even know.
What you talking about there, fuck Mexican?
Oh, Jesus.
Don't. Too far.
Damn it, boss.
Too far. Well, this channel was
Don't make the same mistake I made, even though I still defend it. It had nothing. It had to do with him being the youngin' of the crew.
Yeah, this fugly looking mug is somehow younger than this. I'm trying to point at Ricky. Than this motherfucker over here.
You're pointing that
wrong way.
I know. Okay, you guys are making fun of me. I hope you all have a nice Christmas.
It's all work, kid. It's all work.
A strike 3 1/4.
You gotta be subtle about the humor. You say it quick and then you move on.
Yeah.
Something
I'm still
getting
that I need to figure out.
Oh no, I'm still getting popped for it. Luckily, I'm surprised that last collection update did not get popped for monetization.
If I do get you demonetized, Levi, I'm severely.
I'm not even monetized. I haven't been monetized in 3 years, 4 years. Well, for now, because I finally figured out a way to get around this stupid fucking shit. So the email that I've been using since I started the channel, I'm gonna have it removed and I'm gonna use my primary email, and hopefully it'll have me be eligible for AdSense again and then go from there. But I have to wait until Tuesday to get everything squared away, so we'll see what happens.
So Halloween, pretty much.
Yep. Speaking of which, I need to get caught up on my Halloween shit. Like, watch the Scream movies back.
I cannot
watch
wait.
Hocus Pocus again, because those have been my main.
I cannot wait for Halloween. I'm off on Halloween. I'm gonna wake up early.
I have to work on Halloween, but
I do too. I'm going in as Winnie the Pooh.
6 o'clock.
I'm gonna put.
Oh God, I forgot to mention this too, Ricky. So a bunch of my racing buddies, they were at Martinsville today for the race, but they're also in somewhere around Richmond for a friend of ours' wedding, and they're doing like a Halloween wedding where they're all just going to be in costume. Like my friend Seth, he's dressing up like Captain Jack Sparrow, and my friend Michael is going dressed as the Undertaker, and Oh my god! I wish I could have been there because oh my god, I probably would piss myself laughing at the shit they're probably gonna do, like sing like the wrong versions of fucking songs or whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna see horror movies, nothing but all day on Halloween. I'm really starting to think which movies I want to see. Like for sure, the original Halloween, The Shining, The Exorcist.
Friday the
Give
13th.
me the bed. Come on, give me the bed. Give me the bed.
Terrifier 1 and 2, maybe an
Ugh.
American Werewolf in London.
Gore porn. Jesus.
Hey, I like the Terrifier films. They're fucking gory. Especially with the third one being supposedly during the Christmas time next year. Oh, that's going to be fucking
I didn't mind the
sweet.
first one, but the one scene where the chick is getting sawed in half through her vag, it was just like, okay, what?
I
With
do
a
want to see.
handsaw.
I do
With
want to
a
see.
handsaw.
I do want to see the Thanksgiving horror film. That one looks interesting because there hasn't been a horror movie I was surrounded by Thanksgiving that I'm aware of. Because they've done through Valentine, they've done through Christmas.
Nick, wasn't there one called like Thanksgiving or something?
Thanksgiving.
Like
It was a killer turkey.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was
it's
three
pretty damn
movies of it.
There's already been one.
Well, yeah, but not like really like when Black Christmas came out back in like what the 70s?
70s, 73,
I mean, that was
74.
a low budget film and it fucking made a shitload of money.
Oh, it was a good movie.
Yeah,
and then
that's
two
why.
shitty remakes happened.
And they never found the fucking killer for Black Christmas. We
Yeah,
never knew who he was.
Technically, it's considered the first slasher movie, I believe. It predates.
No, I think
Halloween.
I think
Nightmare on
that
Elm Street.
No, I think that one. Wait, let me check when Black Christmas, because I think if I remember correctly, that came out during.
I want to
or
say
after
73.
Friday the 13th. Black.
Friday
Oh no, Friday the 13th
came
came out
in
after Halloween.
I know, but I'm just trying to remember which one. Black Christmas.
Black Christmas was 70s.
74. Yeah, 74. Black Christmas came out in 74.
Well, Halloween's not really a slasher. It's more of a thriller.
It's a slasher. You still got a slasher
It's
killer.
a slasher, you know.
Like,
Is it the Hatch?
like is like is? Oh my god!
Did I steal one again? I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't gonna say just the fact that you said. Oh my Boss, you are just eating away at my soul tonight.
Well, I'm a ginger. I have to have one at some point.
And then
Don't
I
try to
might
steal
watch.
mine.
I might watch Suspiria because I love that movie. The Dario Argento horror and beauty combined.
Wait, the original or the remake?
The original.
Original.
The remake didn't like the remake. I like the original.
I really like that remake though.
It has its moments, but
It's okay.
Well, hey guys, I'm gonna jump off here because it's getting a little bit late. I'm getting sleepy, but I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for having me on for a bit.
see ya.
All right,
All right.
later, guys.
Later.
See ya, Nick.
But I don't know. With Suspiria, I like the original very much. The remake, I gave it a pass. If there's a movie I recommend for y'all anyone to watch, it's called Possession. It's a 1970s French film. And it's a weird film, but at the same time, you're going to be horrified. Especially a certain scene that I have it in my intro, which if you all figured out which one it was, I'll fucking love it forever. But that movie fucked me up. Like, what the fuck is this?
There's one movie in particular that fucked me up. Like it's
Human
honestly
Centipede.
probably the most disturbing movie I've ever seen.
Human Centipede.
No, that one was actually as fucked up as it is. Like a lot of there's like a lot
Is
of humorous
it
jokes.
is it a Serbian film?
No, there's one more fucked up than that one.
Which one? Antichrist?
It's not even a horror movie. It's a suspenseful thriller based on true events. I think it was based on a book that I think was based on true events. Or it was something like that, but it's based on true events. It's called The Girl Next Door. Not the 04 comedy, the 07
Oh,
movie.
The Girl Next Door. Yes, I remember though. I remember that.
Oh boy, you want to talk about uncomfortable, dude? I couldn't watch that movie without pausing it like every 5 minutes. That movie was so fucked up.
The one movie
Oh.
that made me a bit uncomfortable was the original A House on the Left. Especially that
was
scene.
that's like the one of the more like early grindhouse movies that
Squeal
Wes
like a
Craven
pig.
did.
Wee. Yeah,
Yeah, those movies.
One of Wes Craven's early films.
It's early grindhouse. It's fucked up. Like, oh my god, like those like rape and revenge movies. I'm sorry, those are fucking stupid in my opinion. Like, I don't need to constantly see a woman being tortured for 45 minutes. If you do it and then insinuated that stuff happened, then I'm fine with that. But I don't need to see that. If you see her get her revenge on it, okay, fine. But do we really need to see what she really went through?
Yeah, but I mean, there is another film that took me a while to actually watch in full, and it's gonna be something fucking crazy. American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, that transformation scene. I mean, that still kind of holds up to this.
That scene, as a kid, scared the living crap out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I even had nightmares as a kid. I mean, not now. Now I fucking love the fucking film. You know, American Werewolf in Paris. Oh my god,
we don't talk about that movie.
God, that movie, fucking the CGI. My god,
I've seen way worse CGI werewolf films, cursed, but yeah, it's pretty bad.
That CGI. How could you go from that to that fucking monstrosity? I mean, I mean, the only good thing is the French chick, she was fucking hot.
I mean, I guess that it's just one of those sequels that's just really just a big cash in on.
I mean, I remember watching that sequel when I was a kid. I thought it was the greatest film ever, and then I was older. It was like, what the fuck is this shit? You know,
I thought Monster House was a terrifying movie.
Oh, that's a fucking classic. The animation though, the animation's
really fucking weird though.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Like, it's not really clay animation, but it feels sort of like clay animation.
It's kind of clay. It's like claymation, but like
look, it's the uvula. Oh, so it's a girl house.
Fucking hell.
No, everyone has a uvula. Not that I know of. Or I don't think I do, or whatever the fuck he said. Yeah, I was watching that with a friend of mine, and she was like, "Oh my god, this chowder kid reminds me of someone." And she looked at me. I'm like, "Look, I'm fucking stupid, but I'm not that stupid, okay?" But like another thing too, you can kind of sympathize with the villain in that movie in a way, because I mean, it's not her fault the kids were being dicks to her.
Oh, Constance?
Mm-hmm. And you can, feel for Mr. Nibbercracker.
Yeah. Another film that took me a while to actually finish the whole fucking movie was, of course, a Serbian film.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that scene...
If you know people, you know. If you know, you know. You know? Because that film, a Serbian film, was one of the first horror films that actually...
It's not even a horror film. It's just a fucked up thriller.
I mean, kind of, but it was one of those films that I remember watching that kind of exposed to me the behind the scenes of the porn industry. You know what? Because we know that the porn industry has some fucked up shit more than the movie industry. Speaking of movie industry, if you guys have seen the Blondie film by the Marilyn Monroe based movie, that movie is fucking hard to watch.
No.
Because
I know the band Blondie, but not the movie.
Because there's scenes of a young Marilyn Monroe being actually seduced by executives of the time, which did happen. You know, but it's a wild movie. It's a wild movie.
Have you guys seen the movie Tusk?
Oh, no.
It's basically the Human Centipede, but with a walrus.
I mean, it's
a man turning another man into a walrus. Kevin Bacon's in it.
It's in my fucking intro. I just that scene of him just like I'm like, oh my god, like I feel bad for him. Like,
you're welcome, Levi.
He saw it. He checked it out.
He probably imagined a dude. That motherfucker walrus. That's a walrus.
I am the Eggman. I am the walrus.
Polly Walrus.
Oh
man.
But one of my favorites, it's still Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah, speaking of the porn industry, Victor Salva. Oh boy, that's a certain individual. I'll always respect the first movie. I actually really love the first movie. I don't really care about the sequels. The sequels weren't going to follow up to the original. You just can't do that.
Levi's still fucking shocked about that.
You're welcome. Wait. Tickle, tickle, tickle. It's okay. Just think about Zev and Scarlet.
Yeah. One of these days when we go back to Shadow Code, we gotta legitimate put everyone in Switch R Us because I keep fucking forgetting who we've added and who's still in the fucking list. Because we added so many people already.
We need to have Scott put it on a tie and showcase it the work. Sweets are us.
Because I keep forgetting who is who. Like we added Sky Blue. We haven't decided what she's gonna be. We added who do we add? We added who else did we add it recently?
Rhea.
No, she was one of the first ones, but like recent, who have we added?
I have zero clue.
Was it the AEW Women's Champion? I always keep forgetting her name.
Hikaru Shida?
Yeah, I think we added her to the list.
No.
Was it somebody from AEW besides Sky Blue we added? There was somebody else we added it.
Tony Storm?
No, Tony Storm was already in.
I don't know if it was Julia Hart.
No, it wasn't Julia Hart. It was somebody else that we added it. Or was it James that was like all over her? I don't remember.
Soraya Pancake. She's got a flat ass.
No, we kind of.
She's dating a piece of shit singer. So I don't care.
I mean, eventually we're gonna have to like legitimate like remember who we added and what is what. Cause Bailey was Bailey Cinnamon Bun?
Yes.
I know Bailey was Cinnamon. Nikita is Sack. Of course, Rhea is Devil's Food Cake. Becky was
Carrot Cake. No, that was Gigi. Never mind. Gigi's Carrot Cake.
Gigi's Carrot Cake. Becky
Levi's speechless.
Scarlet? I don't remember what Scarlet was. Do you remember?
Wasn't she Buttercream? No. What was she? Buttercream?
I knew Cookies and Milf was Maurice.
That's who it was. Levi, are you okay, buddy?
He's still traumatized.
I'm probably going to get an ad on Discord.
Nah.
Instagram.
Nah. Delete. Oh shit, he's actually. Oh shit, he's actually doing it. Blocked.
What is that noise out there? Oh, it's the train. Train's still going on outside. He's probably deleting all of his tabs on his computer.
Oh, the thickness.
The thickness. I'm coming down with the thickness. Oh, man. Oh, so I haven't told you this, Ricky, but I did go to the store last week. I got a couple more albums from Anvil. I got more Anvil in my collection. I did get Cannibal Corpse Founds and Imagine.
I need to get that one.
Which the guy at the record store, he's like, I want to get more Cannibal copies, but they just aren't giving it. And I'm like, well, that sucks. I got Gorgoroth's album from 2009, which that's the one where a pest came back into the band. That's a really damn good album. The Rebirth. Oh, he sounded great on that album. I got Maiden's Number of the Beast. I got that.
Yeah.
I got Cover Kill, which was Overkill's cover album, which I, for some reason, want to hear Bobby Blitz do Changes by Black Sabbath. I just want to know how that song would sound.
Oh my god. Can you imagine Bobby singing Master of Puppets?
Master. That was so weird. But it's more
Overkill could pull it off. They could pull it off covering Master.
Probably. I got Ozzy's Scream. Oh, that was
Scream
enough.
what you wanna. Let me hear you. Yeah, like a minute.
That's like the only tolerable song on the entire album, but even then, that's just.
I mean, the ballad "Time" is good. The time has come for you. I love that song.
And I got Van Halen Diver Down, the second to last album of the original David Lee Roth era.
David Lee Roth.
Are you making fun of my dyslexia?
Yes.
You listen here, motherfucker.
Remember, he's gonna hit you with a spear. Oh wait, with a spear.
With a spear.
I don't have a speech impediment.
Oh man,
get it? Because Swagger
Survivor
can't talk.
Series is gonna be really good this year. I wonder what could possibly happen. I mean, it's just in Chicago, you know.
Randy Orton's coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
Gonna come back.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. The odds of a certain Phil Brooks coming back to the company, I don't know. I mean, they could say no, we're not interested. When in reality, they're just trying to keep it under wraps. Maybe. War Games coming back. I would love War Games to come back.
It is coming back.
Probably.
They confirmed. No, they confirmed War Games is coming back.
Please, I want Rigo to come out and say it. Say it, Rigo. But he can't until next year because there's still.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I have not caught up. It's not that I'm like burned out. I'm just not vaguely interested in wrestling now. Like I'll still like try to catch up, like watch clips of it, but I don't know. It's just
like
I just don't really have
I
the
still
time
watch
for it.
Like when I'm on my Instagram. Like I did watch SmackDown because I was like, oh, I have nothing to do. I'll watch SmackDown. And LA Night Interrupting Roman was like, oh shit.
That match will be good. It's going to be shenanigan filled, but that's
even though LA Knight's not good in the belt.
I mean, he could still win by DQ.
He doesn't need the belt. He really doesn't.
I mean, honestly,
next year, he'll
honestly,
get a
I think LA Knight could be the one to dethrone Gunther. I would love that, honestly.
I think that'd be better for him right now.
But I think they're saving. They want Dragunov to be the one.
Well, Dragunov, it looks like he's still going to be in NXT for a long time. So
I mean, I don't
think it's gonna
mind.
be
I mean,
him.
I don't mind.
I think Dragunov's probably staying in NXT until after WrestleMania.
Yeah. Jade Cargill, I think she's gonna go to SmackDown. I think
For the
she's
sole
gonna go
reason to have
they're
her feud
setting
with
up
Charlotte.
Yeah.
they're doing that, which
Which
oh
is
boy,
smart.
that's gonna be something.
And they've been doing Jade Cargill really good because they've been showing her on Raw, on SmackDown, on NXT,
Even NXT.
which is brilliant. May I say, teasing the potential opponents like Becky, Charlotte. Who else have they teased her with?
Don't tease me, please me.
I think Rhea.
No, I don't
No.
think they've teased
No.
her and Rhea. No, they've been teasing Rhea and Becky, and I think Becky's beaten Rhea at WrestleMania.
I honestly thought that Becky with the NXT Women's title and Rhea with the World title, they were gonna like unify them.
No, they're
No,
not
that
gonna
wouldn't
do
have worked.
that.
I mean, I'm
That
glad
would be
Lyra Valkyria got the title. I was shocked that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
also
was-
another quick thing too. Why do we have Nia Jax back?
I don't know either. I
What
wish the
is-
hell I did.
It's all about the bloodline.
What sole purpose? I've got dead ass honest question. What sole purpose has Nia been? What sole purpose has Nia done for the women's wrestling industry for the
My
past
home!
Nothing.
5 years?
My home.
Nothing.
Dick and all. The only reason, let's be fair, the only reason she was in the wrestling business is because she is related to Dwayne. If she wasn't
Yeah.
related to The Rock, she would be tossed out in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, there's some stuff that because for sure, because we're almost at the Rumble time, and I don't know, because if they do the chamber, it'd be fitting for Cody to win the chamber.
Cody's winning the chamber. He ain't
And-
Who
winning
would
the
you have
Rumble.
win the Rumble, though?
I don't know.
Gunther. Gunther.
You can probably do Gunther. Like, okay, here's what you could
But
do.
who? Okay,
You
but-
can
but-
have
okay.
Gunther drop the title at the Rumble and then him enter it
That-
later
Yeah,
on.
but who would you drop the title to? That's the thing. You gotta drop
Well,
the title.
I honestly think Gunther should win the Rumble as IC champion.
I mean, you could do that.
They
Because
could.
honestly, I think they're keeping the belt on him through the road to WrestleMania because he's getting close to breaking another record with the IC title, and that's
With
the most
Pedro-
combined days
Yeah,
as
with-
champion.
Pedro Morales' record, which is like close to what, like 700 days?
Yeah, so Gunther's like less than 4 months away from.
Honestly,
Breaking that record.
because Gunther's been champion for how long? 400 days? 500 days?
Almost 500.
If I were you, give him 1,000 days. Make him Roman level.
Nah.
No, you don't want to repeat that with.
Or at
Gunther.
least to
Honestly,
WrestleMania.
I think honestly, what I honestly think they should do: win the Rumble as IC champion and challenge whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is,
Mhm.
title
John
for
Seth.
title, and he
Yeah.
wins both belts, and then just vacate the IC title.
No,
that way
I
nobody
don't
beats
hate
him.
the
I
IC
I don't
title.
think he would vacate the IC title. Storyline wise, yeah, but personally, him being that's his.
But then
first-
again, who right now that Gunther hasn't faced that's not in the main event could beat him? He's beaten pretty much everybody.
Not LA Knight, maybe at the Rumble.
But the problem is LA Knight's on SmackDown. Gunther's
True,
on Raw.
but they could always find a way. Like,
I'd say
The only
call
way-
someone up from NXT. Have
the
someone
only-
call up from NXT.
Braun Breaker.
yeah,
No, Braun's a heel though right now. Or
They could turn
Steiner.
him
They
babyface
could
when
turn
he
him
comes up to
babyface.
the main roster.
Mm.
Speaking of the IC title, I was listening to an interview that Cody did about the potential, what was supposed to happen, but didn't happen during the Big Show Cody match at TLC. Because we for sure know that Big Show wasn't supposed to go to the table. Big Show was supposed to
Oh,
win.
you're talking about Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I think it was Extreme Rules. He was
Yeah,
supposed to
that
go.
was the
It was
tables
Extreme Rules
match where Big
2012.
Show
Yeah.
went
He
through the
wasn't
table.
supposed to go through the table, and Big Show was supposed to retain. And I don't know who was supposed to beat Show for the title, and that person would have dropped the title to Cena, and Cena would have been IC champion.
I mean,
he
but
wasn't world
did
champion
Cena
in
really need the
2012.
IC title though?
I mean,
No,
no,
he didn't really
but-
need it, but
I mean, it would be like Grand Slam champion.
because
you know?
the IC title's the only belt he's never won.
I mean, you can have Cena and Gunther have a match. That wouldn't be bad.
Maybe that could be a match for the Rumble.
That could be the Rumble. Yeah.
Like, okay, let's say Dragunov is still champion till Mania. What I would personally do, reunite an old Gunther feud. Have him versus Tyler Bate or have him versus Butch or Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. Yeah.
Because
Or maybe-
okay,
or
let's say Dunne is still on SmackDown. You have Tyler Bate call up and reunite a feud there.
Or why not a rematch between Sheamus and Gunther?
Again, Sheamus on SmackDown.
I know. Or
I'd say
know.
do Drew, but they already did that.
I think
and Drew's-
I think they're turning Drew heel at
Yeah,
Crown Jewel.
they're turning Drew heel.
I think they're going to do it at Crown Jewel because, I mean, well, from a character standpoint, you can understand
makes
why
sense.
Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
because-
not joining Judgment Day. Let's get that clear. He ain't joining Judgment Day.
Well, they could have him
But
because I think eventually they're gonna kick Priest out. They're gonna kick him out.
I think Finn either Finn is going to like
I
screw
think-
over Priest or they're going to
Mhm.
replace it with JD McDonough.
JD's technically already in.
He's an associate. He's basically
Yeah.
like the Sami Zayn of Judgment Day, kind
Yeah.
of
He's an honorary
an honorary judge.
Juicy.
mommy. No, that's not it. No, that's not it.
Mommy?
No.
Sorry. Mommy? Sorry.
Um,
Plus, you could do a story there, like Drew wins because of help from Judgment Day, and he ends up joining after they kick Priest out. That would give Priest an incentive to want to cash in Money in the Bank.
LWO, baby. Get him join the LWO.
I'm shocked Dragon Lee isn't in the LWO.
He's in NXT.
No, he's on the main
he's on
roster.
SmackDown now
Oh.
full time.
Well, maybe.
Or
eventually.
hell, Karrion Kross. How come he's not in the LWO?
True. I mean, he's part
Because he is part Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Did you guys see an
Well,
interview?
I actually thought at first he was part Filipino, but no, he's part Puerto Rican.
No, I'm shocked Raquel's not even in the LWO yet.
But then
She's
again,
on Raw.
True.
Well, actually, speaking of Karrion Kross, I guess after Crown Jewel, we're gonna finally start seeing good use of him. Like seeing
Would
these
anyone
reports.
give 10 fucks though?
I
Would
would.
anyone care? Let's be completely honest. The minute he came back, that crowd went dead. Like it was an intriguing
I was
moment.
shocked. I was.
It
like,
wasn't. It
what?
wasn't like a dead reaction. It was like silent, like they didn't know what to do. Kind of like
Yeah.
Kane's debut.
Yeah,
It
but
was
the
more
problem,
that kind of reaction.
The problem is,
And I mean, granted, he hasn't
the-
been on TV for a while, so it's a good time to start like reestablishing him and really make him a threat.
yeah, but the problem is the bloom was already off the rose at that point. Because you think about it, when he first got called up, do we need to go what happened when he got called up?
Oh God. No.
But hey, that was under Vince's watch. We're not under Vince's watch anymore.
It's just
Ever again, especially
But
now
actually,
with the rumors.
quick thing about Cross, he actually said in an interview, I think it was with Chris Van Vliet, he was actually supposed to have a match with Bray at Mania 39.
That's
Which
that's
would have
what I
been the
was-
dream
would
program
have been
for
a
him.
good
anyways.
match, and I think
Because who would honestly watch a Wyatt and Lashley match?
I mean
That
No,
those
no,
two
no.
those two do not work whatsoever.
No,
Mhm.
no.
Because they made Lashley look completely stupid in that. They really did.
And-
I'm not trying to, disrespect the dead when I say that. It's just that the way that like Lashley's supposed to be this big hulking badass without the roid usage, Hogan, and go on, just throw bitches like beat one motherfucker with another motherfucker. That's the way
Honestly, I wanted it that Brock Bray match because I think they could have done something out of it. Like, let's just say Brock beats Bray so badly in Mania that kind of awakens the demon, the Fiend, in some perspective. And, the thing with Uncle Howdy and the Wyatt Six,
Which apparently there's rumors that they are probably still going to continue with Uncle Howdy, but there's really no point to since Bray's gone.
I mean, they
What's
can
the
try to
purpose?
do it in tribute to Bray, but I
Yeah.
I mean, there's rumors because of
a bone.
what happened on Raw with Nikki Cross kind of in a trance and just walking all like. There's rumors that that's tied in with Uncle Howdy, but I think it's more likely to do with Isla Dawn and Alba Fire.
Yeah. Where have they been? Those two.
They just hadn't found anything for them after they lost to Ronda and Shayna to unify the NXT and WWE Women's Tag Title.
I mean, the things, if Bray was still alive, the things with the Wyatt Six, my God, that would have been so fucking awesome.
Speaking of Ronda, did you see that she's actually wrestling on the Indies now?
That is odd. I will
Yeah.
admit that is a bit weird, but hey, good on her.
I mean,
Yeah.
Leave
does
the
she-
door open for her to return
Yeah.
at some point.
maybe.
Please let me have Ronda versus Asuka.
That's not
eventually.
happening.
Shut up, boss.
I don't think that'll happen.
Shut up,
I'm-
boss.
I mean, can you imagine Ronda goes to Japan?
She probably could.
She might
I mean-
actually give a shit.
I mean, let's be honest.
Oh,
Ronda
jeez.
really
Do
doesn't.
I have to go into this again with
I mean,
you?
let's be perfectly clear.
we
Ronda
just not have this
doesn't need the money.
No,
She doesn't need the money. Let's
she's
be
just doing it
honest.
because she loves it.
Yes. But if she gets a big offer
To anybody who
from-
doubts Ronda's love for wrestling, fucking look at her wearing the Piper jacket, her idol. So shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
But if somehow,
Mm.
some way, then New Japan
Mm.
gives her an offer and wants her to do a certain program with Mercedes,
Do you
A
really
proper
want her
program.
to do you really want Mercedes to relive that line from Ronda? What do you want me to do? Cut her hair off and wash my feet with it?
I mean, let's be
That
honest.
was really the only issue I had with Ronda and WWE. She needed a mouthpiece. And that was it.
Oh, fuck. She could, to quote Jim Cornette, she couldn't have Stewie if the Hogs had her. She couldn't say shit. She had a mouth.
But I'll just briefly say it again because I get so sick of people saying she didn't care during this last run. That is such an oversimplification. Maybe she didn't like the way she was being booked, but then again, and granted, Triple H is doing a better job at booking, but he has flopped so much with the women's division. I swear.
It's like they have nothing to do. I mean, he's doing better than Tony Khan, but I mean, I've seen
but not by
5-year-olds.
much. Not by much.
I've
though, when
seen
it comes to the women's
5-year-olds know how to
division.
play skateboard more than Tony Khan has, for Christ's sake. But oh my god, but that's a whole nother fucking can of worms. I just really have not cared about AEW. I mean, granted, they're trying to at least have some storylines, but it's like, what the fuck?
Like Joe and MJF.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to think that MJF's going to drop the belt to Wardlow at the end of the year because they're teasing it.
But here's the
teasing it.
thing. Wardlow, I think Wardlow's winning out. I personally think, because let's be fair, like James has said this plenty of times.
After the MJF
After
feud
Double or
last year, he
Nothing-
went from white hot to ice cold.
Yeah, he was colder than the fucking ice.
But then
he's
again,
colder
he
than the
just
iceberg.
came back. Then again, he just come back, and they're trying to correct everything.
Yeah, but
And they are teasing like he had MJF written on his wrist tape, like he's going for him.
Yeah, but the thing is that he said that he was depressed that he wasn't on TV. It's like, even if you don't have anything to do with him, just put him in squash matches. Or you know what I would have done? Put him in a feud with Miro when Miro came back. That's what I would have done.
But either or, I mean, and honestly, who else could you have MJF drop the belt to other than Wardlow? There's really nobody.
He's feuding with like half the roster at this point.
Or at least nobody who had been world champion yet.
Like, let's see. He's feuding with Bullet Club Gold. He's feuding with Wardlow. He
just had a match with Omega. Which
he just recently had his match with Omega.
Yeah.
Let's
On that note, guys, I gotta go. Gotta wake up a bit earlier.
I just realized it's 1:30. I need to get the fuck to sleep. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye. Bye.